go head to the islands.
So you're because Monday's a day off,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm on Tuesday.
In case you don't know, Monday a day off, both countries, north and south of the border, and then you only on Tuesday.
And
that's it.
And then
so
you got
boy's
Obi.
gone.
Wednesday.
All right, guys.
Friday.
It is now 2 o'clock, Joseph. I'm going to let you send it off since you're not going to be with us next week.
Yeah, I'll be here one day, guys. Just keep those risk measures in place. It is Friday. Don't ruin it. It's also Valentine's Day. So hope everyone has a good weekend and keep it green, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Oh,
wow. Show, bro. Sick show. Rocky
an extra couple minutes, and then we just have a reciprocal. They'd go a couple of minutes in there for sure, but apparently that's just not the case, which is fine because, and Joe, we're just having fun. That said, maybe just give Rocky another chance, like watch it over the weekend.
I mean, Joe being Italian,
I'm sure you would enjoy it. It's interesting. Like there's a few films that I would argue are pretty much universally, like, you know, Rocky and The Godfather. Maybe like something like The Shawshank Redemption. Like you just don't usually see anybody that's like, oh, I don't like that movie. Yeah, so I'm a little surprised about that, but it's all good, man. To each their own. I'll be the first person to usually tell you, like, if you got to be able to like what you like, man. And but that's a good movie. But it's a good movie. It's a really quality.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to speak for the rest of them.
From the 70s, man.
I think
it
like
still holds up.
It's kind of I like Rocky 2 as well, but I know some people are like they all go downhill. I think it holds up pretty well. Anyways, the market was doing not a heck of a lot, except slowly climbing higher. Then we had that Intel, DELL. Oh, sorry, the Intel news. You had the DELL news. It is a Friday, so remember, be particular with your trades. We could see a little bit less volume in there for sure. Nvidia looks strong right now. You've seen the rocket ship. You've seen the rocket ship that SMCI it's now back at VWAP, so that should be on watch. I'm only in AMD right now just because it's been. I feel like when the market got to the highs, like this did an obvious rollover that I didn't reverse, so I shorted it like way too late, if that makes any sense. Because this absolutely fell like a rock. AMD fell like a rock around midday. And I'm just shorting the pop that it just did. So that's the only trade I'm in for now. And Elizabeth Scott in the chat says MSTR trade was lucrative. Congratulations.
Was it ludicrous?
I haven't even looked at MSTR recently. Yeah, MSTR absolutely was lucrative if you were long. That's a good. I don't think I've seen anybody in the chat use the word lucrative. Shout out to you, Elizabeth. And it's Elizabeth Stott, not Scott. I should have read that properly. And I should know because there's a good baseball player for the Phillies. I think it's Bryson Stott. And I always make that mistake in my fantasy league too.
Yeah. Good shout out there. Yeah, we just had a interesting move here with Intel, right? So Intel up and down. We were actually long Intel. We got a bunch of overfills. Intel was actually a pretty good stock. We'll talk about it. I'm sure it'll be on the list. But up and down there with Intel and TSM. Apparently some rumor from Bloomberg. I tweeted it out. Maybe that they were going to get together here on... Dara had all the details. I'm not going to repeat it until we find out a little bit more about it. But up and then right back in there for Intel. So it's still on radar, but just a little sloppy there. We were long, so we got filled, overfilled, and punched out of the rest. So, so far, so good. Okay.
Oh, shoot. I totally forgot.
I was leaving this for a surprise. We did not mention it. We went there. We have not looked. Okay, so pretty simple. So, yeah. But that's okay. I want to explain it here. It's not that bad. Even the guy that was making it, right? Mm-hmm. Pineapple, bacon, and banana peppers.
I totally forgot that this was actually happening.
I'm having a slice.
With you, so,
right, no, you have to have a slice.
I didn't mentally prepare. You know what? At least we put some other. At least we put some other stuff on there. Like there's the hot peppers is key.
Okay, I'll have a slice.
That's tasty.
No, it's not.
It is. It's pretty good. When you have the bite, if you have the bite together, get over here, Chilean Nightmare. It's for everybody. There we go. Come on, Chilean. Get in there. Let me know what you think. Ramin, you're going a little hard with this camera stuff here. You gotta show Neil. It's not, no one can. There we go.
I'm eating it.
You see a little spice though, right? It's counteracting. It is counteracting.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not the greatest pizza. I just got it from the place right next door.
legit, if you take the pineapple off this, it's a great pizza.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know where you got it from. It's a good pizza, but it does help having the peppers on there, for sure. Yeah, it's like the peppers make it a little bit better. I just I'm not a fan.
At the end of the day, we want to thank everybody.
But thank you guys.
Yeah, we got the super chats when we hit the 500,000. It asked, it said, okay, here's for pineapple pizza. So there it is, man. We went there, we got it. Randy and I went to go pick it up. Soul Pizza right across the street there. I think it's pretty good, man. Like, honestly, that little kick at with the banana peppers.
Yeah.
Right,
There's some
Randy?
bites without it.
There we go. I mean, Randy's, the thumbs up is right there. At some point, Neil, not that you're known to be a hater or anything like that, but this is pretty good.
Like I said, if you take out the pineapples, it's a delicious pizza.
But with the pineapples, it's like a 3 out of 10. Like, okay, do the peppers change a little bit of an opinion?
Here's the thing. Pineapple on pizza, like I don't gag or anything, but like I genuinely don't like it. That's the thing. Like I really don't like the taste. It's a combination of that and the cheese, whatever it is. It just doesn't work for me. But I said I would eat it, so here we are.
All right, Randy, go give it to the boys. There we go.
I gotta get through this.
I mean, we said we'd do it. Neil said he'd take the bites. He's doing it. So there we go. Anything else you guys want? I don't like beer.
Sean, when Lucas got the pineapple pizza, he got one that I had to eat, and it was like little tiny slices.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't get it.
These are like big old chunks.
There we go. Soul Pizza. This guy's someone here. Here we go. David is all about that. Look at that. David, what's up, David? There's another $20. Thank you so much for that. Soul Pizza for the win. Pineapple for life. So it is. It's SOL Pizza. It's right beside our work. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little joint there, a little mom and pop place. So didn't want to get it from like a Domino's.
Now there's none left.
Or anything like that. Yeah, now the pizza's literally gone. Now Ramin just took, I think, 3 or 4 slices, it looks like. And then she did some more. Ramin goes, take any pizza. All right, Randy, are you guys ready here, or you ready, Sharif? Yeah, we're all right. Then let's go over and check out the rundown. Thank you, David, for the super chat.
Welcome, everyone, to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Neil and Sean, locked and loaded, ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But in order to get your tickers onto the rundown, you've got to join Joe and I on the How to Trade show during the midday and get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. But only the top few make it on, and you got to be a subscriber in order to vote. So make sure you're subscribing, liking, and hopefully sharing. All right, let's have a look at the triple Qs here. The triple Qs in positive territory, the best performing of all 4 major averages today, up 1/3%. The ES about flat, up 0.08, with the Russell flat as well. The Dow marginally red, down 0.17. The first ticker, though, as decided by you guys, NVDA. One of the best performing Mag 7 names today. We'll see if Meta ends up outdueling. It's up 1 3/4, guys, as we get a lot closer to that $140 level. No major headline on it today, but it looks like they're shifting strategy, boosting their WeRide investment and trimming their stake in ARM.
How are you going to trim ARM? Unnecessary, Nvidia. By the way, ARM's taking it on the chin a little bit.
ARM still has like 900,000. Oh, wow. I didn't
ARM took it. Just quickly before we go to that, like ARM was a.
Fabian, how was the pizza?
Look at that flat bottom. What?
Okay, Fabian, please come here.
What? Everyone have to like the pizza. Okay.
Fabian, I want. What do you mean what? I'm not putting you on the spot. What do you mean? You literally came over here yesterday.
What about it? What's up?
Ever since this guy got a lot of credit in the chat for his hair, now he's like, yo, I cannot wait to get back on. That's impressive.
What's up?
All right. So, from your Chilean background and everything like that, obviously, you're in spices and everything like that. What did you think? What did you think of the and pineapples? People from Chile really like pineapple.
Sure.
What did you think of the pizza?
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was subpar pineapple pizza, but it was a good pizza.
But so you like pineapple pizza then?
I've had better pineapple pizza.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, this is not.
I haven't.
That was not. It was just a little soft.
I will say that's the best pineapple pizza I've eaten because I've probably only eaten pineapple pizza like 4 or 5 times. So
there we go.
It's okay.
And that
I think it was
probably
really
the
good too. I thought it was pretty good. You
grass
guys should have
isn't
got
always
like
greener.
extra cheese or something, or
Sorry?
should we got like an extra cheese? Yeah, you didn't get any
ranch
pizza?
I didn't even know we got pizza.
Oh, well, Ramin just took 4 slices, so you just go grab one from her.
You got to share with
the main
Adara.
desk.
Adara!
Adara didn't get any.
Oh my God,
There's
Ramin.
still more. There's still a bunch more over there.
Oh,
Someone
okay,
get a
okay.
Dara
It's up
slice of
on
pizza,
it's up on the
please.
desk there. Adara.
But with a ranch base, it's pretty good.
Ooh, oh yeah, right. That's what I was saying before. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Remember I was
so
saying
you
even
can
no
substitute
base.
the tomato base, the tomato sauce.
Yeah, or
with
garlic.
ranch or any
Garlic-
other
honey
like
garlic?
dip sauces sometimes.
White sauce.
And it changes
yeah.
the game. It's fucking delicious.
All right, thank you, Chilean Nightmare. Ramin might order her own pizza, she's saying now.
And
because
Derek
she's-
S., I did not lose a bet. It was just, there was a super chat when we got to 500,000
I think it was David.
subs.
I think it was David. Super
And
chat
it
again
was
today.
it was 4 pineapple pizza. So, you know, it's just fun, you know.
Yeah, Neil is looking for another piece. You are right, Dead Cat.
No, I would
Oh,
love.
there goes Adara. Okay,
I would
Adara.
love a real slice of pizza. That'd
Adara-
be great if anyone has one.
Adara.
Maybe not that.
It has banana peppers on it.
Oh shoot, that's right. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, shit, I shouldn't have told you.
Yeah, Adara doesn't do hot.
That
food.
would've been- that
She
would've
doesn't
been-
do it. She doesn't do spicy.
Okay, try it. Just try it and get.
Place last weekend and I got hot sauce.
You had hot
She
sauce?
said she went to a taco place and had hot sauce.
Let's go.
Everybody. So
Adara's
what?
stepping her game up.
So what? Hot sauce. Adara's back.
You should have seen Adara when we had jerk chicken
Okay.
from the caterer. And
Yeah,
the jerk
Adara,
chicken
you
was
just
like a
you just let us know how
1.5
that
out of
goes
10,
down for you.
maybe
Okay,
at best.
no problems. If you see it, there's.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. It's fine.
Okay, let's go. Oh, we didn't even do this yet.
We
Okay.
actually didn't even just get so-
Nvidia. I was trying to see if she's.
Nvidia. Ugh, little aftertaste of that pepper. Anyways, Nvidia has been trending higher. But it's up 2%. Nvidia is great. I'm mad that they sold ARM. They stink for selling ARM. ARM is down more than Nvidia is up today, and it's all Nvidia's fault that ARM has gone down. Can you tell that I don't like the fact that they sold some ARM shares? No. So Nvidia stair-step upside. Let's buy VWAP in the afternoon and hope it's not a breakout trade, and we can just buy dips into VWAP. But I forgot to. No, but this is what I was getting at. I was going to show you guys the ARM chart. ARM is down 4.5% because of it.
Milk.
So this is all Nvidia's fault. Thank you very much, Jensen.
So these banana peppers, I just put them like on sandwiches, like on everything.
Is it really that bad? You okay? Yeah.
Are those tears?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See, I told
When it starts running, you'll know it's really bad.
Not to let her eat
Okay.
it.
Running nose, tears is happening right now. All right, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you get you and your loved ones the finest pizza, potentially with pineapple on it, and or not. So that is brought to you by Chair TV Live. If you really want to see some funny things here, you know, you send other things, and that's what we do.
What are you guys doing for
People
dinner
could send. We're going to PWHL game.
Oh right, you're going to.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that. We'll have some fun there. But what about you guys?
Well, we're going to Montreal tomorrow. So
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
you mentioned
Like
that.
tonight, we'll be packing and. Well, Montreal is going to be a complete mess on Sunday. Like we're taking the train tomorrow, and
Yeah,
then
it's okay.
Sunday's our full day, and they're going to get like
It'll be fun.
10 to 20 centimeters.
But we're getting it here too.
So it didn't matter. Like we're leaving snow to get.
You mean
snow.
there's a train from Toronto to Montreal?
Apparently there is one.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about
man.
this, and most people don't realize this, but Canada, we have our own currency.
Yeah.
We have airlines up here, so
We
we've
have
got
a little bit of
trains,
oil.
We've got some oil.
Trees,
Yeah, we got a few trees.
couple forests and stuff here.
Forests.
Fresh
You know what's
water.
up?
We have some lakes.
You know why everyone wants us to be the 51st state?
Just got cars. Yeah.
Because our side of the Niagara Falls is
Much more
infinitely
beautiful.
better than
Yeah,
yours.
much more beautiful.
And that's the truth. If you've ever been to Niagara Falls, you know what's up.
It's just on one side of the line is like 30% tax, and one side of the line is like 60% tax.
Well, that's true,
So you just gotta
Yeah.
choose what side.
We lose that battle.
Okay, Nvidia. Look, I mean, obviously, I'm in SoundHound. That is still huge. This is still going to the downside. Nvidia. Looking at that name, didn't trade it today. It's been the first time in a long time that I didn't even really look at it, and it's kind of my bad because that's a good level there, 136. Just kept on, refreshing it, hit it again just now in midday, and now you're trying to break that high again. 138, great name. We just talked about Meta being, 19 straight days up. This isn't 19, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little bit back and forth there. Let's just say it's 8 of 10 days, maybe 9 of 11 days, straight to the upside for Nvidia as well, as that now breaks back through the 50-period moving average. I wouldn't want to be short this name. I don't really see any negative catalysts there. We heard the news from Elon come out there today, buying I don't know the number. Was it 5 billion looking to invest into more GPUs? So I'm still excited for Nvidia. I still think it works. Didn't trade it today. I don't know. You know what? I'm just not that excited about it today for some reason. So, all right, let's go back over to something that we're always excited about. And it's my worst stock today. It's going to be Tesla.
Not much of a headline, Sean. Bridgewater, obviously the world's largest hedge fund, being led by Ray Dalio, did purchase about a little more than 150,000 shares of Tesla. It was trading higher in the pre-market, but as you can see, guys, back down into that 350 area, down about 0.75%.
Chance?
I mean, I was in Buffalo a couple months ago, so we like Buffalo.
I love Buffalo.
Yeah,
I miss when we used to go. Sean and I used to. Well, Sean, myself, the two of us, and two other guys had season tickets for the Bills for I don't know, half a decade, maybe. Like
yeah, probably
something
at least
like
five.
that.
Probably at least 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was more along the line because I think once like a couple of you guys had kids, then
I want to go back when they have that new. I know it's not Orchard Park anymore, but
when they get the new stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't wait for that.
That should be fun times.
Love Buffalo. Buffalo is.
Meh.
Buffalo
I would
fans
say.
are awesome.
I mean, love it. You know, it's not bad. It reminds me of like a Hamilton. Like
You got the outlet mall.
yeah, they have a good store there. Dick's Sporting Goods is great.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Chick-fil-A. We have a couple Chick-fil-A's now in Toronto, in Canada.
These guys went to Chick-fil-A without saying anything.
I saw the.
So I'm gonna call it out. The
saw
Algo
the waffle
guys and the
fries.
dudes on the bridge went out to Chick-fil-A without telling anybody they're going to Chick-fil-A and brought back food, knowing full well that we just eat a salad around here and maybe would have been interested in getting some Chick-fil-A as well. I'm just throwing that out there.
I blame Obi.
Tesla's at VWAP and has a chance to go. I think we'll see if it can do that afternoon rally here on Tesla. I took one reversion on it. There's no chance at another mean reversion because it's now bouncing higher. If anything, a mean reversion would be a short currently on Tesla. So love to see it hold VWAP and maybe break out. If it goes past 356, like it tried to go green on the bounce and couldn't, if it can go green, it has a chance to rally. Obviously, it's a bit of a pullback day after two monster bounce days on Tesla. It'll be spicy when it gets to 380 because 380 was that long support level. I would anticipate some resistance if it gets there next week. But yeah, it needs to break out 356, I think, and then it could really go.
Yeah, still nice recovery there. We had that huge move down on Tesla, really from that top. It didn't, unlike Nvidia and some of those other names that we talk about, you'd be disappointed because if you sort of put your money into Tesla as part of the Mag 7 and all that, it was going this way when many other names going the other way, right? We talked about Microsoft going to the downside as well. Whether or not Elon is away from Tesla, working on Doge, working on X or anything really, Tesla's still going to be that company, man. I mean, they're still, I don't know if they'll miss deliveries or not. We had some bad news out of Europe, which started this whole move down in the last little while. But I don't know. I don't really see any levels to the downside. We talked about it in my own account. We bought some 330s. We didn't get anything out. It went up to 362, obviously. I don't plan on getting anything out. I want to build this position up. But that 348, 350, that to me is the spot. You break that, then that next sort of level is back into here, 344. Then after that, it's like down $5 basically every time. So I still like it for a long here this afternoon. Let's look at a 1 minute chart. So the market is up, but doing nothing, right? So, oh no, actually the market's nice. So nice little trend higher, bouncing now. This could actually be a long in the market. So if you're gonna look at Tesla down on the day, but a nice recovery, it's right at VWAP and the 50-period moving average. So this is something that's pretty interesting. Look at it, ride up the 50-period right here as well. So that's good. So yeah, I would say dip buy into 350, 250 right there, that bottom, see if it holds. If not, get out, maybe look at 351 then. But yeah, I think that's a decent opportunity. Let it break the 50, see what it does right there. So 350, 250, what are we at right now? All right, so about $1 lower, and I think we can start to buy some Tesla on a dip. So that's what I'm looking at. Great trade there. Again, not really in love with it today. We did try it. Oh, you saw what I did. We did try it earlier there. I want to just talk about it, and then we'll go back over to Sharif. So I wrote down 358, so it was right. Here, we got some out, then it came back in. We didn't get it all. We averaged into 356. One 356 gave out, we got out. And that was off the sticky note, but get long between 358 to 356. So this time around, we actually did pretty good. We did not sit there and keep trying to get this thing long. We left it alone once it broke our spot. For me, that's the lesson of the day because normally I'll be sitting there stubborn, try to get it back, and today we didn't do it. So more to come on Palantir when we talk about that. But for right now, Tesla, we didn't do that, and it was pretty good. All right, Apple today, I think caught a lot of us by surprise. Nice move on Apple.
Agree there, Sean. So analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, well known for chiming in on Apple, both good and bad headlines, posted today on X that the iPhone SE4 expected to ship around 12 to 10 million units in the first half and second half of 2025, performing slightly better than the previous SE models. He's talking about a lull or a dip in shipments. This could help that out. Also, we got this headline from Tim Cook posting this on X. We're to expect whatever this is going to be next week, but widely anticipated, guys, to be that home integration product, kind of like Google Nest.
Sounds cool. Just one note here, TSM just continues to go. It just broke 05s after making another fresh high at 04s. Like 3 minutes ago, it broke 04s and just recently broke 205, continuing to rally on that TSM, considering operating U.S. Intel factories after a Trump request. So obviously that would be good. Allow them to do a little more business in the U.S. It's at the 50 period on the daily. So this 205 quarter or third is going to be a key level here. Man, there's room to 210 here if it can hold above that 205 level. Apple, as Sean said, this one kind of caught everybody by off guard. I'm not sure why. Hindsight's always 2020. But I mean, look, like the week, it was really strong in the last 3 days. Like big update, big update, big update, gets to the 50 period on the daily, breaks out 240, like the 240 level kind of was a big one there. It just essentially held that and took out the top, like a pretty standard stair-step up play. Don't know why I wasn't looking at it, but it wasn't. I think you got to play the strength in Apple, up that 1%. The problem here is I usually like to play VWAP in the afternoons. VWAP hasn't been a thing on this stock. You got to look at 243 has been the clear support level on Apple. So if VWAP doesn't really matter, it would need to drop some to be able to catch a little bit of a bid, I think, on Apple.
Yeah, so I just tweeted this out. This is from yesterday, February 13th. So here's Tim Cook, ready to meet the newest member of the family. And then this happened. And, oh, here's Havana Woody. Hard wallets for crypto. That'd be nice if that was on the iPhone and easy to do. That's actually a pretty good idea there, Havana Woody.
Yeah.
Okay, so Donald Trump's going to get rid of dishwasher and sink standards? I'm serious. All right, WHR, Whirlpool. I'm serious.
No, it's true. I heard.
I mean, look at this. Look at the volume. The volume there.
It's a real headline.
Up, down. This is a real headline. I mean, I always knew there was a problem with dishwashers and sinks. I mean,
Clearly.
but now at least it's confirmed. Okay, so, oh yeah, Tesla. All right. Now,
You gotta have the extra deep sink. That's
yeah, my problem is my kids don't wash enough dishes. So that's hopefully he's addressing that problem as well.
Once they're
I'm
tall
sure
enough.
Barron Trump, yeah, 6'8". That guy's probably washing some dishes. All right, yeah.
That guy's never washed a dish in his life.
Probably, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, why not? Okay, so just real quickly here on Apple. I mean, pretty much barcoding. It doesn't look too exciting for me to do anything this afternoon. It looks like 243.50 is going to want to hold. I say you just wait for that. I don't want to go short the name, so I'm just going to go long. Down here, 243.50. You're getting close enough to it. Could be a trade. I mean, there it is right here on the 1 minute. Here it is on the 5. It looks pretty good both ways, right? So I think that's worth taking it into 243. I'd say just wait. It's 225 right now into a long weekend, a busy week, markets near highs. I just don't think we need to be pushing Apple long right now. It's been doing nothing in the last hour. It's almost moved 20 cents. So for me, no, wait for dramatic moves one way or the other. I like you, Apple, but I don't love you. We'll wait for a little bit of a dip buy.
All right, Meta. Another day, another all-time highs. Things a rocket ship up 1 1/3 today. A couple of headlines. So it looks like they hired, the former RealReal CEO to kind of help move the smart glasses. We all saw those Orion glasses prototypes. Secondly, Meta plans major investment into AI-powered humanoid robots. The company's aiming to be the engine powering humanoid market. So good luck there. We've heard a lot about humanoids and the mix of AI. This is being reported by Bloomberg, guys.
Meta just keeps on rolling and rolling.
Well, you
I
gotta
think
like
at
Meta.
some point we need to start like some kind of a pool, which we should have done it at 10 days for how many days in a row and Meta was going to be positive. Because now it's at that point where it kind of gets not as much fun. Like at 10, people could have guessed like 17, 25. Now everyone's going to be like tomorrow.
Oh, right.
And that's sort of the thing. It's getting so out of hand here. And what's crazy about this, and it makes me like it more, how completely boring this move has been. It has just been steady Eddie to the upside. Today is the only real, like strong looking candle. Even then, it's only 1% to the upside. But it's just been it's just finding a way. I was really hoping it would be red at this time, and then the second it started creeping up close to just punch long, thinking that people are going to want it to somehow close green, and maybe that'd be a thing. I'm not punching highs here on Meta. It's a stock that's a $700 stock that's been up 20 days in a row. I don't want any part of a double top break. I'm going to find some kind of a small cap. If we're taking a breakout this afternoon, it's going to be in some kind of low float runner or Palantir-ish type stock, not Meta. Because going into a long weekend on a Friday when it's up 20 days in a row, I mean, the double top break feels like a little bit of a trap to me. So I won't be springing that trap, but I love what's going on here. I think, they're gonna be a big win. My daughter just a few days ago already put on her Christmas list that she wants us to get the
Oculus.
Yeah, the Oculus. So that was she literally a couple of days ago. She mentioned this. So.
Yeah.
I don't even know where she got the idea because I didn't float because I knew the second I brought it up, then she'd be like, "Let's get it tomorrow." So I've never said a word about it.
You should
so
get
somebody
it
at
tomorrow.
school must have, said they had one or talked about it, and that was it.
Yeah, they're great. We got one probably around our kids that age, maybe a bit earlier. So I think it's worth it, man. There's lots of cool things on it.
Educational stuff too, right? Like,
no. Yeah, well, you can, she could walk around Rome again. It's like, that's what it is. You just put the thing on and go nuts. So, all right, so just quickly here. Yeah, nice move to the upside. I think there is a trade today if the market comes down on any kind of news. Trump is speaking right now. There's something about, again, working on the pipeline, talking about energy prices right now. It's not like, so anyways, if the market comes down, I was just going to say VWAPs. I cannot believe we're saying $735, but right there, 733, 734 would be an area for me for Meta. I mean, it's just working right now. You can look at the 200 period. You can even use that at 736. Again, I like the stock. I'm just a little nervous here. I think we'll have a lot of fun. We got the pizza. We got, hopefully a few other things happening here this afternoon. And then this market will just be what it is. It's coming back in a little bit. If it continues to fade down, I do like a bid there on Meta around 733. So let's see if it holds VWAP. I feel like VWAP is the right way to go the rest of the day. So, all right, that's me. Back over to Sharif for one more.
He was going to do the crip walk over there.
Oh, he is going to do it? The Serena Williams style?
Yo, when I get 100% healed, I'll do it. I don't care. I'm good with that.
We got it. So you were talking. You were mad about how we haven't set the date for the push-up challenge.
Just look. Let's set a date so we can look forward to it. My money's on Sharif. No, Joe, it's nothing against that. It's just when I saw Sharif do the Bring Sally Up challenge, one of the most impressive physical feats I've seen because I know how hard it is to do that challenge. But you guys got to set a date so we can.
Said he could do 75 consecutive push-ups right now, and he's training.
75?
Yeah.
What's the quality of these push-ups?
High.
They're not bad. They're not perfect.
Okay. That's
high level push-ups.
That's legit. 75 is.
Yeah, that's what I figure you're doing. You have high.
I thought you were trying to make it think that I wasn't.
No. I'm saying you have a certain level of, I guess.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like Sharif does things the proper way, is what I'm saying.
I will say this, Sharif, though. There was a dude in university. He was a pole vaulter, and he could do 120 in a row, and they were perfectly clean. Perfectly clean. The guy didn't have an ounce of, he was just. Pole vaulters have ridiculous strength-weight ratio. That's all it is. So, they're all calisthenics or gymnastics type people. So they're freaks.
These gymnasts and these the calisthenics guys, they're next level guys. All right, guys, coin, we're down. We're down aggressively here, over 6.5%, despite destroying earnings yesterday, both on revenue and EPS. I've rarely seen an EPS beat like this. The street was looking for $1.80. They ended up printing for something. In addition to that, they printed about $2.3 billion, I believe, in revenue. They took home about $1.2 billion of that $2.3 billion in revenue. So a blowout earnings, but the market feeling maybe of a different way, or maybe kind of taking some profits as it's a sell the news event.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, whatever.
Down 7%.
I think this is why And I'm so happy with this because it would have been really easy to just look at the report and be like, okay, they're wrong, let's find a long. Because there's been times where like, oh, that stock is way too up on this, look at the levels, we want it the other way. And it would have been easy to just kind of maybe look at a prior low and say, okay, well, it's a great report, so we're buying it off this support level. I've done that before, but this morning I'm like, I don't know if it makes any sense to me, and I'm not looking for a short, so I'm just not going to trade it. That said, maybe just respect the fact that it would seem that at the $300 area, that's a weird looking cut off half my face.
Yeah, Ramin, I think we have a mistake happening here.
Oh, I was gonna have fun with. Come on, I was having fun with that. No, there's been sellers at
People
300.
were just like, wow, Neil's forehead is really talking a lot.
Did I put makeup on? Look how
Oh, I
shiny
forgot.
the top is getting. Yeah, I'm like, if I'm blinding you in the dome, that's my
everything
bad.
all right over there?
That's my bad. No, but the 300 level on Coinbase and the daily, obviously there's some sellers up there, and again on this number, it just couldn't punch through. So I think this makes it good if we ever break out 310, because then you'll have got through a lot of, not accumulation, but a lot of chop and a lot of resistance here at that 300. So it could just be a case of that for Coinbase. I think you back off, wait a couple of days. It would be great if this pulls you back into the 200 period or something like that. You get a buying opportunity because the numbers were good. So an opportunity to buy this down at the 250 makes a heck of a lot of sense to me. I'm just not touching it today because clearly the market didn't like something.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised by Coinbase. I'll talk about it in a second. I just want to talk about FXI because we're in it. We get that FXI trade down at 380, 3480. That turned out just to be the trade again. So we wrote down FXI today that we wanted that long off of these levels. So boom, 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 FXI for the win right there for me on that play. So just came in, and I just want to say if we lose this, we get out. We just got another piece out right there. If we lose 35, we might as well just get out and just work with this again. I mean, honestly, that was pretty good there. Yeah, Coinbase is a little disappointing. Didn't have it on the radar because it wasn't moving anything off the open, right? When we came in, it was sort of like up here. We had that huge move up, then the huge move down, then the retracement back up, then the conference call, then we opened up and we were just hovering around here. I think we were down like 2%. The implied move was something like 9%. So yeah, just missed that opportunity to get this back. We always talk about whenever there's a gap, you want to play it back into, you guessed it, VWAP. So right there's the gap down on the day, right? Like, I mean, you could take sort of that back in. Little choppy early. I don't blame anyone that misses this. It's more like right here at 9:45. You know, I'm very comfortable trading, obviously, at that time. So that play back into VWAP right there should have been shorted. I almost need to make a different scanner, and we could do that with eSignal, just on earnings plays when you get this kind of a reacted move, because there's the move down back to VWAP. Let's see if it breaks it. It doesn't, whoosh, to the downside, right? You see it again right there. This is more like at 1 o'clock, it doesn't hold as much weight to me because you never know. If it continues to go, this just kind of leaks up and then it's a problem. I would still try it and I'll still try it again. But that's the kicker right there. That's the missed trade in my opinion. So we'll try to do better next time. But yeah, that was a trade that we probably should have had there with Coinbase. So yeah, sucks to be down 7%. I don't think any of us thought that was going to happen, especially with Robinhood's number from yesterday, getting that 700% increase in crypto trading. But Robinhood's a different beast altogether, right? Robinhood just pushed higher, basically in Coinbase's face for today. They're two different companies, so it's not like I don't hold one against the other. I'm just surprised. So I think a lot of people might have lost money there on Coinbase trying to project. But the one thing about projecting is that was done yesterday, right? Like Coinbase yesterday had this huge move up, right, based on Robinhood. It was up like 6 or 7%, I believe, yesterday. So you had that move that's opened at 286 up to 300. So you added $14 or $15 yesterday, and then this happened after that. So yeah, you know, actually you added more than that. It went out at 280 or so the day before, and then, you know, closed yesterday at 300. So it's just giving that all back. So it's kind of just back to where we were pre-Hood report. I think Coinbase is a buy down here. So I like it. I like the trade. Crypto's working, right? We just got back to 100,000. It printed 99, I think 99 changed there during the midday. Now it's pulling a little bit back in down to 98,000. So yeah, Coinbase a little disappointing for sure, but I would still say keep your heads up because honestly, it's just back to where it was 2 days ago. So that's Coinbase. I think the better trade, though, is going to be, thanks for the rundown. We are now finished. Thank you for everybody for joining us today as we get ready to enter the hour of power, which will be 3 o'clock, and maybe we'll get some news there. We do have it up in our ear right now. All the breaking news will happen there. Adara is recovering from the pizza. I think it was, Adara, can we get a thumbs up over there? She's back on the desk. Okay, slice not finished
Well,
yet.
you don't have to.
Working
finish
its her way through.
If it's too spicy, there's no. Sometimes you can just not finish.
She's just taking her time with it.
Yeah. Or just pick. You could.
I literally think they're called
peppers.
sweet banana peppers.
Just take the peppers off.
No. I want it. She's going to work her way through it. I think that's good, right? The only way you can get a tolerance is by.
Well, that is true. Like you.
She said for the first time ever, she had hot sauce at a taco place. I mean, that's an improvement.
I'm curious what the definition of hot sauce would be if a sweet,
Slightly more
sweet
than
pepper is
sweet.
too hot. It was the medium. She just said.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Is it?
I'd have thought it would have been a mild.
I want that real.
All right.
The Scotch bonnet.
So IBIT just fell into a level that's
I'm just saying.
might be worth buying right there. This 55.80-ish, 55.70 against there. Normally we do like 200 period moving averages. So this is something that's pretty interesting to me. Nice move up there for IBIT, falling back in. These are levels that we like to work off of, generally speaking. It is giving us a little bit of a base. I'd like to probably like push it down here to get stopped out, 60s, and then my mind thinks, well, then why not just wait for view up, which is 50s? So it's interesting right here. I think we'll keep an eye on IBIT right now. Maybe if we, see now I get like what, moves up 1 penny and I start to think differently. I just think that we need to maybe wait for it to go, or we could just buy some right now. I mean, now it's giving me some kind of ways about maybe buying it.
Ooh.
All right, we'll punch in a little bit here at 76s, and we'll see what we can do now. So we'll buy some 76s here on IBIT. Just giving it a little bit of time. What is that, 70? I don't want to give it, yeah. All right, let's just give it to here, 60. All right, we'll try to buy it. We'll try to give it to 60 or so break. So let's see. All right, we're in a new position right now. It's IBIT. We'll give it to VWAP. Let's not buy anything else until 60, and then if it breaks VWAP, it breaks VWAP. And then we'll see if we get it back to the upside right here for crypto, right? I mean, it makes sense that if we can get this to 56, that would give us roughly the 1-to-1. So I don't mind this trade. All right, we're going to start it right here. Not a big position at all. You missed Sale yesterday, which was an insane.
Literally Sale.
Yeah, not Chris Sale. Don't worry. The Jays aren't paying him. We're just paying Max Scherzer, so don't worry. But yeah, yesterday we had this happen where the IPO price, we didn't lose any money on it or do anything, but the IPO price was right here at $22.90. There was
What the heck?
Yeah, there was
that?
1.8 million shares on the bid. We showed it, and then it broke. And then once it broke, it just went.
Oh, yuck.
We didn't pay for shorts, which is the funniest part about it. And then it goes all the way to the downside and see ya. And then now today's Sale right back to the upside. So that was an IPO that
That's
you
why
missed.
rule number 1, and it's been like this on as long as we've been on a trading floor. If an IPO day 1 has a held bid, you do not hold the long past that held bid. I've never seen an instance where it's worth it. Even if it comes back, the rinse that you can take if it doesn't is so bad, and that's a perfect example. I didn't even realize it was an IPO yesterday, to be honest with you.
No, it just happened in the middle of the day.
But SMCI, speaking of held bids, has been holding the bid at VWAP. Look at 46 on SMCI. First of all, SMCI has been a rock. Whoops, that daily chart doesn't include the little split there.
We just took 10 cents on IBIT.
So you got a rocket upside here today. You have a clean breakout. Now you're just holding VWAP at 46. Longs in front of 46 is what I want to do here on SMCI. Up 10% today. The quietest 10% that you will ever see is SMCI. Well, okay, maybe not. It was pretty loud this morning. But 46, we're going to go for the long. Any dip, we're going to try to grab that. Trading screener just said X is flushing. Is there news on? Yeah, it looks like there's news on X here. Let's go to Adara. Have I heard this?
We will get back to her in 1 second. Maybe your mic died or something. I don't know. All right, so we'll get that. But yeah, it looks like there might be some action there on X. So I was just saying that we took out some profit there for 10 cents on IBIT. Looks like we did just do that. Nice move to the upside there. We're just taking a small piece there on IBIT. So there goes crypto again. I mean, there it goes, right? I mean, I just trying to trade everything the way I see it, right? So there it goes, a nice move there up for IBIT. Took ourselves to convince ourselves a little bit that we actually wanted this trade.
So what I see, just
go.
that headline, what I can see here is I would not mind I would not mind Japan taking a minority stake in U.S. Steel and saying that U.S. Steel will be a real powerhouse again. So those are the two headlines I just saw on U.S. Steel.
Powerhouse, huh?
Yeah,
We just
so
need some more out 88.
Move to the downside there. Not a positive reaction at all to that headline. I think the bigger thing is the minority stake thing, because obviously that would be the kibosh on the bigger deal, so that's why the stock would go down. Makes sense.
All right, here we go. Look, I mean, we said that this would be an interesting afternoon. And yeah, it's getting a little more interesting for me. We just found this stock. We just talked about it. We just put you guys into it. I put myself into it. And I'm already out of 40%. Like, I'm just letting this thing go and see what happens. I mean, just try to scalp it out. Just kind of like paying for some flowers. Like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop and get
1-800-Flowers.
I gotta stop and get something still. I don't know. Anyways, nice move up. Love you, Marissa. Hopefully she's not watching. All right, so 56. If that comes into play right there, that would be a decent stop. You know, I was uncertain about where we were going to get stopped out. So let's just take some out. If it falls back in, then we can average in to around that 60 area that we sort of thought about there as well. So let's just have a look at that. One name that we haven't looked, I'm going to leave it for a minute, because if I still look at it, then I'll just like take it all out, and then we'll be mad. All right, Roblox. Roblox had that in. It's funny because like they had that investigation there, and they had bad earnings, obviously down to $50. Then they had some sort of an investigation by the SEC, and at the end of it all, about user counts. And at the end of it all, it looks like it wants to hold that 50 period pretty nicely. For me, this is a long, and it just held off 50. I still do have some of this position. Initially, we bought it in the spring, hoping for a summer bump. We got that. It continued into the new year. Nice bump up there for Roblox. This had. You want to talk about meta 19 days in a row? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit there, 5. This is probably 25 days in a row almost of straight upside movements for Roblox before earnings, and then whacked on earnings pretty good. And, you know, when you have this kind of a move up and then bad earnings, like you're going to get an overreaction. So someone got like really liquidated down there in and around 50 or 55. It's like if Meta ever comes back in and falls, like let's just say there's a negative story, something about Meta, just because of what's been going on, this thing's going to absolutely collapse. Just there's been so many, I guess, so much new money. I don't know what's pushing this upside right now. Well, we know there's stories, and it's a positive one, and they had a great report, and so it's not that. It's just like, this is a huge move. Meta rate here this was January 27th. It's put on $130 in 3 weeks. Like, that's huge. Like $130 on 600. So 20% plus in over 3 weeks.
And just steady.
And it's Meta. Like, it's not like this is a story that is brand new. It's not a Reddit. It's not like a Coinbase or something where people are underinvested. Like this is Meta. This is already, let's just say, the 7th or 8th largest company. I don't know. I have to look what it is now on market cap, and it still gets this kind of a bump. Okay, yep. Let's get ready to go over to Adara.
Just keep an eye here on X, of course, just to recap that news. Apologies, I was having some mic problems, basically. Apparently, Trump said he would not mind Japan taking a minority stake in U.S. Steel, which echoes comments that we had from Prime Minister Ishiba of Japan, saying that it's more likely to be an investment than an acquisition. Also, we have some geopolitical things to be aware of as well. We have Donald Trump saying that he's going to be taking, quote, a hard stance on Gaza on Saturday, though he's unsure what Israel will be doing. So keep an eye. We know these geopolitical events can move the market. The other thing we have to watch out for here is Trump saying auto tariffs are likely to come on April 2nd. So April 2nd, new date here for auto tariffs, according to Trump. Back to you.
Thank you, Dara. Well, we're not going to buy Rivian instead?
Sharif's still here. What's going on, Sharif?
Rivian.
Oh, he's doing something. Okay, I didn't know if he was getting ready for the push-up challenge here a little earlier.
You should do it right now with Joe.
No, Joe's not ready yet.
Joe's not here. Now, see, Sean doesn't want Joe to do it yet.
Sharif has literally scared Joe. Like Sharif,
the handicap is 75 to 50 right now. Like Sharif has said he can do 75. Joe said he can do 50.
You weren't here.
What happened?
So Joe was like, okay, I've got this. And then he just goes to Sharif, like, all right, like roughly how many can you do? Sharif just stone cold just goes, I'm at about 75. Joe was like, okay, that's the end of discussion. Right there. It was like, okay, next topic. You know, Joe was hoping for like a 50 number.
My boy.
Because then Joe came back and was like, I'm at 50. And I was like, 50 is really good.
Yeah.
But Sharif was just like, yeah, I'm at 75.
I'll promise you this,
and getting higher.
Joe is the type of dude, he'll have no quit in him. Like whatever the challenge is, he's going to, and Joe will fall on his face on his last push-up in the challenge.
But then unfortunately that is what's going to happen.
No, but that's what I'm saying, but
because Sharif,
there's a but in there. Sharif is just, trust me, man. Like, you know, I'm just saying, that Bring Sally Up challenge, it's only 30 push-ups, but you're pausing at the bottom of every single one of them. It's just different. If you can do that, then 50 is no problem to you. Rivian is a double top breakout, so we're going to take the break there. Have a good one there, Sharif. So Rivian breaks, we're going to go for it. SMCI is continuing to go higher. 47. Yeah, we're not going to get 46 on SMCI.
We
cancel that. SMCI is gone. Next available dip, we'll look for maybe in here 46, 60, or 70.
We talked about everybody. We just realized that Randy moved these because we had the pizza there. Yeah. No more pizza left, I assume, right?
Oh, thank goodness. Well, I'm
going to go try to grab a piece if there was. Okay, here's.
Thank goodness.
There we go. All right. So IBIT, we just took a 94 there. I mean, it came up into 94. That's the 50-period moving average. So again, like this is a good trade for me. That's 18 cents. Like our stop was not that. So far so good. We'll just see where it wants to go. Yeah, I know everyone's talking about Tempest. That one's
moving again.
Isn't this the one that Tempest? Yeah, this is a Nancy Pelosi name that, like, I feel like her announcement was obviously down here. Oh, the wow. The next time. I mean, how many times?
Actually,
there's the PEL. Is it PELS or something? There is an ETF that tracks all this, but for Pelosi, it's like called like something Democratic Fund. But anyways, as it goes up to the upside right there, wow, Tempest AI, just continues to work out another 7.5% upside right there. As more and more, we had talk already today. It was about DELL and that was what it was. It was DELL, sorry. DELL and Elon Musk there, upside. That was good for it. We talked about how good that was for Nvidia as well.
How could you forget the ETF?
So that was a good one there. Nice move there for DELL. And then we did have, I was saying, I didn't pay for shorts, but when that was happening, I tried to go short. That's how I knew that we couldn't get it. As that was happening, SMCI came back in. I was like, I got to get short. And we were not able to. So that was SMCI, and it's kind of a good thing we weren't as that move comes to the downside. Now remember, server racks and all that, like if SMCI, we're still waiting for their August report, but they've been upfront about it. Hopefully they're going to be able to get that out. We'll see about that. But at the end of the day, SMCI, look, if there's money there for DELL, from Elon, if SMCI has got it all figured out, then there's probably going to be money for SMCI at some point. So great move to the downside, picked up there by many. That's the break. There's that move down on auditor worries, on everything, man. The unfiling, they lost their auditor. They couldn't find another one. I think, was it Deloitte? I don't remember who it was, but they had lost them. Then they found one. Then they didn't. NASDAQ was going to defile, and they'd have to, if they didn't file, then they were going to get delisted is what I was looking for.
Which is still the threat.
Yeah, but it can't be a threat now, up to $45. So they are gonna post. No matter what they post, doesn't matter. They just have to file.
The report.
NASDAQ's not gonna say, oh, that was a bad report. You're delisted. They just have to file, and then the market will sort it out from there.
But they gave prelim numbers, and they weren't very good.
I know, but
that's the thing. Like they don't have to be good because they've already said the prelims aren't that fantastic.
The problem is where it came from. SMCI was
exactly. The stock was up so much. It's almost like a relief rally is inevitable. Speaking of relief rallies, AMD's not making one. I'm going to try to get back into this. It's been lower highs. Like, it's just been trending down. And sometimes you put a stop at break even, but that shouldn't matter. Like if this holds underneath 113, I'm going to continue to short it, and then we'll wait for VWAP if 113 breaks. Still like the dip buy in SMCI. We'll see if it even puts in a red candle yet. And the breakout on Rivian, before we go to Adara quickly, this is the double top on Rivian. Rivian breaks it out. We're going to look to go long here. There it is on the daily. It looks pretty good on the daily as well. Let's go to the desk. We've got news with Adara again.
Keep an eye here on Tesla and the market in general, I guess. The reason I say Tesla is because apparently Fox News is set to present a joint interview between Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, and Donald Trump. So joint Trump-Musk interview apparently coming February 18th. That is a Tuesday, so the market will be open after the holiday. And that is going to be on Fox News. Definitely something to watch out for here, especially with regards to Tesla and the market as a whole, because we really don't know what's going to be said. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. Yeah, I mean, Tesla, I think, like right now, it looks like it just needs to break 55, but I'm remembering when we had the long earlier, what actually happened at 56, which is the close price from yesterday. So I'll be more interested if this can take out 56. If it goes red to green, that'll be the long I like this afternoon on Tesla. Otherwise, then maybe just stick to, look for a breakdown trade maybe, something along those lines. What's crazy? I went to go get myself a tea, and like, what's going on, Neil? I went to go get a peppermint. I'm drinking green tea like a fool. The tea bags look too much alike. It's ridiculous. Peppermint tea is where it's at. And why do I need peppermint tea? Thank you guys so much for the pineapple pizza. Because peppermint tea gets that taste out of your mouth. That's the reason I have to do it for everybody. So I'm just trying to be a team player, but I really don't like that taste. SMCI, I guess if it reverts here, this will be our opportunity to catch the bid. Upward trend since VWAP. It's very obvious what the support has been. I'm just going to leave it at this. If I'm sitting at my desk, 100% I'm getting back in right here on SMCI. Got wicked out. I had to stop in, and I should have had some take profits out here. I thought it was going to press higher, but I had to stop in and got up from the desk. If you're sitting down, that's an easy re-entry on the trade. I think just the long off 46 is so obvious at this point that you're not going to get it again. So if we don't get the long off 46, I got to look at prior high or grit your teeth, maybe even a breakout. I don't love the breakout. I really don't. TSM has really pulled back after that Intel news. If it can find some kind of a base, maybe the buyers can start to come back into it. It's worth watching. I'm just looking for things that are moving. It's a Friday. I don't want to force anything. If it doesn't look like it's going to go, then I don't want to be trading it. So things that have a chance to really break out, things that are on a good trend, things that are doing extra volume, that's where I want to be at this point. Thiago Santos. Yeah, green tea doesn't suck. It's just I like peppermint tea a heck of a lot better. I'm trying to figure out how I literally have peppermint tea literally every day. Every day. Not sure why I screwed that one up. But yeah, that'd be good celery too. Also, Anthony Vitale just saying in the chat, Firefly done. Remember, when you get moves like this, I don't care what the stock is, but if you go 5x, almost 6x to the upside, you know that there will be a pullback at some point. And before this move started, like prior highs were in and around like $8 and $9. So the fact that that's where you're getting to isn't all that unreasonable. It is short sell restricted today. If it starts picking up, there could be a nice little VWAP bounce. I think it's worth keeping eyes on. Volume not that great for it. But yeah, like I said, the eyeballs are going to stay a couple of cents away from Rivian breaking out. Cannot believe SMCI is also going to break out as well. That could happen. Uvaskin saying ASTS and BBAI. Why, is BBAI moving? Usually if BBAI is moving, it would hit on my trade rate on eSignal. Not really. Volume's really light there. It's at VWAP, which is good. This down 7%. Bad day for them. ASTS. Yeah, down 7 points. Is that VWAP right now, though? ASTS, there is an upward trend. Where's the volume, though, in our good friend ASTS? Ooh, that could be a breakout. But there's no volume. Oh, you're loving that pizza, huh?
I got another piece, yeah, because there's 2 pieces left.
Well,
It's got all the banana. There's almost no pineapple on this. It's like almost all banana peppers.
You know what? I could pick the pineapples off and eat it, and no one can say anything.
Actually, there's really no pineapples on this piece here.
Without the pineapple, it's a good piece of pie.
Adara said she liked it. She enjoyed the pineapple. Adara did.
Did she, though?
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I'm skeptical on that. Skeptical.
Right. She loves pineapple pizza.
I love pineapples in general. I don't have anything against pineapples themselves. I just feel like...
No, not about you. I'm saying Adara loves pineapple pizza. I don't know. All right. Well, just an update right here. We'll just do this because it's an update. All right. I mean... There's IBIT. IBIT fell in. We talked about taking more if it came into this area right there. So, and I actually did not have a bid there. We should have that. That's too bad. All right, so we got some more at that level. We'll see what happens now. We are long 55.75. Still fine. The 200 period is right there. We're still willing to lose it if it breaks VWAP, but that's too bad because I should have had a bid right there. We talked about buying it into that level right there, so we missed that opportunity. I hope you guys did not, but at the end of the day, it's still a flat trade right now. I am now going to put a bid back down there in the mid. Actually, I'm going to go low 60s. I'm going to go right back to 62. If it prints 62 again, then we'll get it. That's too bad because we should have been there. So, all right, missed opportunity, but let's see if IBIT continues to work. I'm not going to worry about it. That's a move into the 50, fine. It really needs to come back and test VWAP, which basically it just did and held. So that's why I'm fine with what's going on. We'll average it one more time. Then if it hits there and breaks, then we're going to get out. So that the VWAP is actually at 54. So I'm put the order at 48. Breaking a couple pennies below that. Now remember, this is IBIT, so it's not like it's going to really react too much to individual prices, right? It's going to more react to whatever's going on down here with Bitcoin. So that's why we'll put it at the level that's there. If it breaks lower, it breaks lower. We're up on IBIT for now, but that's a position pending. Soundhound still $1, FXI, we talked about that one, and IBIT. So that's about it. What's up, Adara?
Just be aware here, we have comments from Fed's Logan a little bit earlier than expected, which was 3 p.m. So starting at about 256, 257, it looks like. Fed's Logan saying that the next couple months of inflation data will be pretty important, and that even if they get better data than expected, that does not necessarily mean they should start lowering rates. Basically saying that if the labor market stays strong, better inflation data is not necessarily going to cut it with regards to rate cuts. Also saying that the Fed is very closely monitoring policy changes. Now, this emphasis on rate cuts is really important and inflation is really important because we did actually get 2 straight higher than expected inflation prints. CPI on Wednesday, specifically the core number, and then PPI on Tuesday was almost entirely above expectations. So Fed, a little bit cautious here with rate cuts as expected, guys. Back to you.
Roku 100.
Just a little bit. What?
Roku. Well, it's not at 100 yet, but that could be something on the 100 level. I'm just trying to something. I want something that's going to move. I'm just looking for potential breaks that I can find. Like this is at VWAP, so anything retracing to VWAP, it's going to show up on any
So the trade that I think is available right now, I know you're not in anything, but I think Intel. I mean, so this was the monster long. So we fighting. Once Intel broke back down below 23, these were longs that we had took into here again, and we started to get them out. So we really like this break long. It would just happen just before the show went to an end, and we were able to get some good outs here. So from going long off of 23 and the 50 period, it actually really worked out to the point where it worked out $1. Whatever. I don't think Bitcoin's going to go, so just have some fun. Hit the dollar, and then what wound up happening was we actually wound up getting. We had so many offers. These purples are just coded as shorts because we had this offer out right here. So we actually wind up going a little bit short up here at $24. I wish we had held it, but once I realized that we were short, I looked over and I'm like, what? Intel's going crazy and I'm short. But the good thing is we only wound up losing about 15 cents, and it wasn't like a big position. It was just on what we had left over. So generally speaking, I'll leave so that was 24. So when we were buying these dips down here at 23, I was just layering orders, as you can see. So the news hits, all of a sudden, these fill. Then that fills up at 75, so we like that. Then 24 fills, and then that put me short. And then I just punched out immediately. So I didn't get stopped out. It's just it's an overfill. So what we mean by overfill, sometimes you'll hear me say that. It's if you're going short and you have 2 bids. So let's just say you're short 100 shares. You could have, sometimes just by accident, you'll put 50 shares at 31, then maybe 50 shares at 30, and you might have something else down here as well. Well, when it swipes it, then it will put you long. Our system has a pretty cool feature in it called auto cancel. So, and it works all the time. It's just in a second.
Yeah, there's only one circumstance it doesn't work. If someone market orders through both your orders.
Yeah, which is what happened, I believe, there on Intel when we got a market order of look, it's one candle up on Intel and it went up about, I'm trying to eat the bacon on
some
here.
Algo just
about $1.
Some algo just went ham.
Speak about ham, that's pretty good bacon.
I was going to say, I know, as you're literally
actually
eating
real bacon. That's a difference I find when you're geting it from, I'm sure it's real bacon.
I might grab a slice and take the pineapple off of it, to be honest.
There's one. How many pieces of pineapple are on that last slice over there, Adair? Is there a lot of left?
There's a lot of pineapple in the box.
Ooh, there's almost none on the slice, but still some on the box.
I might, at some point, I'm going to go.
So, Yeah. All right.
Because I like.
All right, yeah, whatever. You get it if you like. But anyways, I think Intel's a trade here. Let me just talk about this real quick, and then we'll go back. All right, here goes IBIT. First of all, nice move. Okay, here we go. IBIT. Yeah, a little face slap. That's not really in the money anything. Just went in the money a little bit there, so we took some out. Again, that's a 200 period. Instantly filled. They're at the 200. It is what it is. If I could almost put out orders at key levels, then that's when I would do it. So that just fills right there. We're still waiting for higher. Let's see if IBIT runs at the end of the day here. Okay, but Intel, I don't think it's a break long, I was going to say. I know you guys are looking at it. Hold on. Let me just get rid of all this. Oops. I just want to get rid of this, and I'll throw back to Neil. I just want to show you what it looks like without these fills in. So you can take these fills and make a clean chart look much better. All right, so here we go. So this is the level right here that I want to go long if it breaks. That's 23.50. It has a chance to do that. So it's not, don't think that just because it's there, it can't go. That's only right now 20 cents away. I just think it's a better fill to take that and then enjoy this rather than deal with it now underneath, trying to go. This looks like a short to me now, but if it breaks there, then we'll be all about it. Because then we'd be able to have the 200, we'd have the 50 on our as a support as well, up to VWAP. So yeah, I'm not going long. I'm just sort of addressing a question in the chat. I'm not going long until 23.50, and even then, I'm not sure. I'm in love with a Bitcoin, so we'll have to wait to see what happens here. Shout out to Akon there, who is apparently in love with a stripper in that song.
It is true. It is true.
Is it Snoop?
T-Pain.
Oh, T-Pain.
No, yeah, it is T-Pain.
Yes, T-Pain.
No, that is T-Pain. Yeah,
Akon has another stripper song, actually.
Well, I would
leave
that alone. No, I'm just,
you have to leave it alone.
There's a wealth of songs about that topic that exist in the genre.
What happened to T-Pain? Did he go to like...
I can make anything like politically correct when you say it. T-Pain?
Yeah.
So
I know, he did market.
Here's the crazy thing. If you've never actually heard that dude sing without
auto-tune?
Without auto-tune, he's pretty good, man. I heard him sing like a gospel joint. Man, he's really talented. Really talented guy. So whether you're into that auto-tune or not, that's up to you. But the guy can actually sing. So a couple of things. I know I'm long one chip, name short another, but I like the short in AMD. I'll get there in a second. The first dip in SMCI came right in and held prior high, but if it loses it, I'm out. You're at a triple top, so it's scalp to the high and then hold through the high is the plan. And then AMD, we just see how it's just going into 112.90 every single time and curling in here. So, yeah, I'm going curling.
You're going curling finally?
No, it's 2 weekends from now.
All right, I'm listening to this song.
It's potentially doable because I was told that I was thinking about it the wrong way. Like the lead foot is.
Your right foot.
Is right foot. So that actually, I wouldn't be pushing off my bad foot. I'd actually.
But it's gonna.
You still think so?
Can you do lunges with your right foot forward?
I can do lunges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe then. I was gonna say because I think when you're leaning forward, I feel like you apply a little bit of pressure.
Well, it's all about all about how much I think flexion I'll need and how much mobility in the ankle. Yeah. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I've always wanted to go curling. Sean, by the way, Sean curls. That's why I'm asking him.
Now don't curl anymore. I used to coach the kids, and now it's too much. Yeah, here's that song I'm talking about. Are we allowed to smack that? So I'm going to be listening to that now
there it is.
In a thing there on the side there.
Unfortunately,
we can't. I don't think we're allowed to play.
Palantir buying turned on? Why not? Oh, no.
Convict.
You had me there for a second.
Music.
Because someone said Palantir. Because if Palantir gets a buyer in the afternoon, it's a go zone. But I don't know that this qualifies as buying. Like, look at the volume on that. No.
Palantir.
Actually, that was a kind of a
right?
It's a decent green candle there, but it's not that big of a move. If it can break out the 19, like break out the local high, I think that gets a little bit more interesting on Palantir. Anything else that's working or moving, let us know. Meta short. Oh, no, we couldn't hold on to SMCI. Gave that one 12 pennies. I know, I like 46 better. So I'm giving it tight stop. I really want it down here. It's a mean reversion, so I'll take the first dip. But if I was usually short this, I'd be sitting in a short. I'm just going to avoid that and try to play the longs wherever it tries to bounce. So we'll see if we get another chance at VWAP here. K. Shaw saying Pan W. Not really a day trading stock for me. Ever. That's a pretty good recovery for Pan W. Oh, that could be a reversion play.
Oh, almost go. It might go green.
Wow, Pan W going to go green. Well, that's the thing. Like, companies like this have a tendency when they go down on a good report to actually just get steadily bought. because there's always a bunch of dip buyers on it. This does look like a pretty good reversion trade, though, which is, I'm assuming, what you were getting at when you brought this one up. Like, it was the high right into the close. Yeah, this could be something. It's not bad. I'd love to see, I'm going to add Palantir to a list, because if Palantir does break away from that VWAP, I think that could be a good one. And it's a much better day trading stock than PanW is, which is the tricky part.
All right, Soundhound, IBIT, FXI. Those are the things for us. And just, we are about to get broken out here on FXI. So we did take another piece out there at 35.01, it looks like, or maybe 02, as we break through VWAP. But now that we are officially broken through VWAP right now, we are giving it, it's funny because my stop is breaking through 95. So that's coming in right now. So we'll have to watch out for FXI. Some of these Chinese names don't really move too much in the afternoon. So we'll have to wait to see if there is any movement. Alibaba's been an absolute fire stick. Like, I mean, huge. I mean, you talk about Meta all the way to the upside. I mean, this name, since that same date, basically, mid-January, is up like $50 on 80. Like, you're almost up 40-something% in 3 weeks on Alibaba. 40%. So, smack that, Acon. All right, so right here, yeah, the M&M verse is the best in this, to be honest with you. And that's already over with.
He tends to knock it out of the park, whatever.
By the way, just for Adara, or for any, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Drake released something with Party Next Door. The beat switch on Gimme a Hug is crazy. I'm just like, if anybody's gonna listen to Gimme a Hug by Drake, I might listen to it soon. There's a beat switch in it. It's crazy. It's anyways, whatever. We're Canadian, right? So
it's true.
Shout that out as this guy just.
I'm not a huge.
This guy just continues to mock Kendrick. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, Kendrick got his money off the back of Drake. It's great, but Drake's still gonna do what he's got to do, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so
neither one of them is hurting. That's the reality.
Yeah, and especially after this, now Kendrick can finally stake some sort of claim. But all right, so here we go. IBIT's not really doing too much. We already talked about that Intel trade. Like, finance has been so hot. Like, JP Morgan is just like, I don't really ever look at it to trade it, but every time I look over here, it's like 277, 278, like 279. Like, this name just keeps on pumping all the time.
Beast.
Yeah, so there it was. A nice move to the top side there, 279. This is another name. You know what name's in trouble is, and I feel a little nervous about this, you're paying $100,000 per like machine over here. Caterpillar just continues to get beat up down there. Like, all these other names are like the other way. This is, again, a really high quality name that I like, that John Deere just beat, and John Deere's up here. Meanwhile, Caterpillar's down here. So did we already have the Caterpillar report? We must have, right?
Yeah.
So that must be the reason. It just didn't get the bounce off of that. So this is at a spot on the daily where it's pretty interesting to me. So I don't know, like down into here, if we ever get to 300, like that would be way underneath the 200 period moving average. So that's been a little bit of a tough one there. And if you want to diversify again a little bit as well, I mean, I think Caterpillar is good. Eli Lilly is bouncing around these levels as well, much better than Novo Nordisk. But right now, Eli Lilly today actually taking the elevator down. But look at this move on Eli Lilly that we missed since January as well. That goes from 730, Ramin, from 730 down there all the way to 880. Like that put up,
no.
You're forgiven. From 730 all the way up there to 880 right there in, again, 2 weeks. So just an absolutely huge move there on Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly and Caterpillar, two names. I mean, Eli's right here at the 200 period moving average, as is Caterpillar. So those are two names there that if you want to diversify a little bit, I think they're close enough to best of breed that I would take both of those. Merck's had a problem getting going, though.
Eli Porter over Eli Lilly.
That's for sure. Eli Porter, yeah, I should listen to that
best.
song again.
He's the best man.
That was Rain, Black Rain. No.
He's the. It was that. It was
Purple Rain. No, not Purple Rain. It's Prince. The other.
He's not the Chocolate Rain guy.
Oh, Chocolate Rain. That's what I'm thinking about.
What's the
Chocolate Rain? Chocolate Rain. You know.
No,
that?
Eli Porter. It was a
rap
high school rap battle from like way back in the day. You could look it up.
He's the best rap battler of all time.
Absolute.
Pretty
no,
much.
legitimately, dude was an absolute.
Eli Porter.
And when you watch it, you'll understand why he's a legend. And he has some real ones out there. Just very quickly, did close it, AK. You know how we roll. Short it to 113, break 113, I'm out.
What up, AK?
And we'll wait to, and yeah, you're right, he's absolutely.
Chocolate Rain.
Chart.
Chocolate Rain.
Chart.
Can we?
There we go.
How much time can we post?
113 breaks, I get out. It's that.
I think we should. Can we post it? Can we post a clip? How? Like a YouTube? It's called Chocolate Rain. Can you go find that? Yes. Can we post that just for people who doesn't know?
Some say dry, others feel.
Fabian's singing it as we speak.
I might know a few of those lyrics actually.
He's gonna go look for it.
If I heard it, I'd probably remember a bunch of it.
Some Eli Porter would be the best.
No, but Eli's the best. Eli was just different, dude. He was just different. He did it. I did.
I did it. I did it.
If you've never seen it, trust me. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never seen it, you've never seen it. So I just heard Obi back there. No, so there's a little bit of a reversion trade.
Porter.
If we don't get any breakouts, I'm looking at you, Rivian, or we get a deeper dive back into something like an SMCI. We're just gonna play like every one of these like little reversions where we can get it out if we break that top, where we can scalp it to the downside. We had just a little bit of a break there in Pan W, so take it underneath the 200 level, give it to the prior high, and risk about 50 pennies. One move is like a buck here, and then every $1.50, it's got a bit of a level. So yeah, we'll take that kind of a trade. See if we can't find something else along those lines. What did I just hear in my ear? That was weird. Okay.
I didn't know. All right, so
What was that?
I heard like a little something. I know it was really. I don't think it was too much there. IBIT right now up.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's Tay Zunde. That's his name.
Yeah, but I want to hear no. We have to hear. We have to hear it. Can we hear it somehow?
Anything.
I want it. I don't know if we. Okay, it's try. It's not here now. Oh, I'm not hearing the chocolate ream. All right.
What kind of lyric is that? Seriously.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that we did.
What is going on?
Good
for him. Didn't he go on like Kimmel or
complaints to
something?
@Sean. What?
He was on Kimmel. Was it
I don't
Kimmel?
know, but you could just.
He was on one of those shows. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, the guy was legit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
No, you could look at the focus. You know, he had a passion for his craft. Like
Definitely passionate.
clearly, all of that stuff.
Gotta give him that.
I don't even.
That was pretty hype.
He had a unique voice. Like I'm surprised he didn't.
That's the thing.
I'm surprised he didn't like parlay that into like doing some animation stuff.
I could have like some Barry White shit going on there.
Yeah, like he could have been like Robot Chicken Darth Vader or something like that.
Robot Chicken.
Yeah, you know Robot Chicken.
Yeah. My kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they. You know what? What's that?
Here goes Rivian.
This is not the same thing, but Pickle Rick. Or Rick and Morty. Wasn't that
Yeah,
Pickle Rick?
yes, Pickle Rick. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, you have to get on the Rick and Morty train.
I know,
Rick
I
and
haven't
Morty
seen
is one of the
any of it.
greatest animated shows ever. I'm talking ever. It is absolutely legendary. Rivian finally
Andre
broke
is
the
giving
top
a thumbs
there.
up for
Yeah,
that.
if you don't love Rick
Andre.
and Morty,
Jay, here. Come here.
that's that joint.
I like everyone. I
Let's
like to
get
introduce
Swifty up in
everybody
here.
to Andre.
What's up, Andre?
How are you doing, Andre?
Really
The most
nice,
handsome man in Trader TV Live history.
really nice sweater, actually.
Right here.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
dressed way too nice.
And which country are you representing?
Brazil.
Brazil's in the building. Oh, yeah. The Chilean nightmare, the Brazilian basher.
Yeah, South America here.
There
All
we
right,
go.
so South America in the house. All right, if you could invest in one stock today, which one would it be?
Roku.
Roku. Okay, thank you so much. This is the man that owns
I'm
Roku,
not.
right? He
I'm
likes
a little
Roku.
surprised by that.
All right, there you
answer.
go,
Roku,
Andre.
eh? Okay.
All right, thank you, Andre.
No Embraer. apparently.
Claps for Andre. Claps for Andre, everybody. Thank you very much for Andre.
If you love the social, that's been all Andre. We have a lot of social media content, some of the short videos that we do. He's been doing a fantastic job with all of that. So big shout out to
All right,
Andre.
so there we go.
Brazil.
Yeah, we did a little bit of
no spices?
I'm going to keep doing some behind the scenes here at Trader TV Live. So yeah, thank you. And again, social's going up. Ramin's got us filming stuff. Andre's there. They're all doing everything.
Yes.
We just like sit here.
we
I
have
just
a
come
new-
in and for some reason get paid.
I don't want everyone to remember. After the recap show tonight, we are launching our moving average video. So we did the RSI for you guys right after, like the second we finish or the second the stream finishes for the aftermarket recap show, you're gonna get our new moving average video drop. So check that one out.
And if you stay to the very end, it has Neil doing Chocolate Rain.
What do you mean?
singing.
What do you mean, ew, Ramin?
Ramin does not.
What do you mean, ew?
Wow, Ramin.
It's like that, huh?
Okay. Anyways, that's why, I mean, see, everything has a purpose.
Oh,
Wow, doing the guns?
wait till I troll you.
What am I
with
doing?
something. Okay, we'll see what's up.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
We're supposed to have each other's back. I'm not Sharif. You're supposed to have my back. I always get Ramin's back when Sharif beefs with her. Always.
Not always.
Ravine. I do every single time, and now she's talking trash. I could do Chocolate Rain. I'm better than the Chocolate Rain guy.
Yeah, way better than Chocolate Rain. Okay, Roku. Yeah, that's funny. And they put someone in the chat is like, as if this guy chose Roku. Yeah, but you know what? I mean,
What's wrong with Roku?
I think I put him on the spot.
Isn't it up like?
I put him on the spot.
Roku's up like 10 points today.
Well, he only said Roku, I think, because of.
Roku's up 14% today.
Yeah. He's the smartest man around, this guy.
It actually failed the high break. Yeah, that's actually kind of bearish. Bearish move there.
All right. What is?
I love it to break $100, but it's not breaking $100. So what can we do? It's not going to happen. For 420 is the answer. Yavuzcan in the chat. Like Rivian, it's very, very slowly moving higher up that top break. On the daily chart, there's room to 15, but if you think there's enough volume right now to get it to go $1, it doesn't seem like that to me. So I'm looking for a push into 15 to scalp some out, and I'm really just giving it back into like 14.05 or so. So I'm not giving it a wide berth. If it had better volume, I think it would be more explosive. But there's like what's interesting is I can put up my my trade rate. This hasn't moved. Like it's the same names and nothing is changing on it. So like there's nothing jumping to the top or anything going around, which tells you the kind of thing it is. Like, you know, take a bunch of things with some tight stops, you try to scalp a little bit, but there's nothing popping off in a way that I want to get out of pocket with anything. So just try to keep anything pretty simple. Like a Palantir seemed like it was doing something. Ooh, Nvidia is starting to pick up now. Maybe Nvidia is going to be the one today. Nvidia is breaking the high. This could be something. Volumes are a little bit lower. It's going into a long weekend, but that's a pretty steady break of the high of the day. This could be a little bit of a continuation play. Let's look at the higher. What's a 15-minute look like here? On Nvidia, these are fresh. These are fresh highs. Kind of a blue sky setup here over 138 on Nvidia. Good catch. Whoever said Nvidia, I'm in Rivian. Whoever said Nvidia, that's a good catch. But it already broke that high. Maybe it'll give us a dip buy, and then we can play something. We're in a power hour, so there's only about 20, 30 minutes left until we get the imbalances, which gives a couple of salvos where you can get a beat going into that 350 imbalance. Remember, it's a Friday, so options expiration. If it's too close to one of those even levels, sometimes you get some gravity toward that price, so you want it trading away, ideally.
All right, so the only trade that I'm working with, right?
I thought you were listening to Chocolate Rain, but
I wish I was listening to Chocolate Rain. Actually, I wonder if that is on Apple Music. Probably it's not.
No way.
Yeah, so you never know, man.
You know what?
I bet you it.
No, it probably is. We joke. It probably is.
There's IBIT. So yeah, so this is a good trade here for IBIT. Whoopsies. I'm trying to get some more out here. As we go to the upside there on IBIT. So we'll put another 90, we'll put a 96 offer. Look, we're long down here at 75. Buy out, reload. We should have had a reload down there. We don't. At the end of the day, it's a nice little trend to the upside. And we like this name. Why? Because it had bounced off of its 200 period moving average right there. And then we were like, what do we think? And then we found another area. And as we had mentioned over and over again, we want to thank everybody because and I went on a rant the other day. It's like, it's not about like, okay, this one, wow, it's a great trade. Wow, we're up on it. It's great. It's just about explaining to you where the trade was, and that's the trade I liked. So there it is. We are now getting lighter and lighter on this, and I hope it continues, obviously, to make that push to the high side. So IBIT, getting close to getting out, right? We only have half this trade right now. That's still a pretty good amount to hold. I'm looking to get some out at like basically 05s is my next offer actually right now. And then I have a 14 for some reason. Is that what this is? Yeah, that's 11, 12, 13s. Yeah, so we're in here at 14s. See if we can get something out and then maybe back into the high of the day for IBIT coming into the close. A couple different plays over the last little bit. We've talked about Intel. And I'm going to go over some more names. I know we're looking at the same ones. I did want to look. There's Intel. All right. So that was actually getting close to breaking that level that we had said, 2350 maybe for that long. So that's coming back. We identified it, but thought it was a little too risky to take it there. That Big Bear AI is somewhat interesting to me. I actually like this. Oh.
Is that moving?
Well, you said it was down 7%, and you're right, but I actually didn't think it was looking like this. So it was actually down much more than that, down there at 850. So that's where I would have been much more interested, somewhere like here on Big Bear. So yeah, a little bit of a
But the good news is
pass on that one for now.
it looks like it tagged 10% down potentially at some point, which means on Tuesday it'll be short sell restricted. So it'll be uptick.
Yeah, easily
rule in
it
effect,
did.
and that's good for a
It might
stock
have been
like
short
that.
sell from the day before too. I don't know.
But I think
We
it
haven't-
still counts as continuation.
I should
Anyway,
ask Leonardo. That's our own AI. What a SSRE
if it's a
means.
continuation on Tuesday, I think look for some longs in BBAI. Squeeze names, rally type names like that, when they do the 10% down, sometimes the day after, if you get any kind of a traditional long setup, just a little more juice to the name. Palantir might be going through VWAP, is it?
Yeah. No, I just saw someone in the chat say that it looks like we might be sleeping on Palantir. Look, I mean,
Yes.
I've already traded thousands of shares of this today, and that doesn't matter. It's just not necessarily sleeping on this thing. It's just, I don't know if there's enough juice for this to run back into this level right now. Like, if anything, I like the long. I don't want to short it, but it's at this level where it's not horrible to think about the short and use it against 119.60. I just don't think we want to go short there. And I also don't think there's enough juice to blast this right now in the market to take this back up to 120. Palantir gets really going early, and I love to trade this at the beginning of the day. So great call out there for Palantir. Thanks for bringing it up. To me right now into the close, it's going to have to be like an Intel. I mean, we got IBIT, so that was pretty good. And then the other play into the close, I think it could be a Tesla. We've been looking at that. We look for Meta continuing its streak higher. So I just think Micron was a great trade today. Shout out in the chat. Again, as we've had a couple of different members talk about this, we actually had a super chat come through about a Micron, and I'm going to find it. Here it is, right? Nope. Neil can be chocolate stain. That's not good. Okay, that was funny. All right, that was a super chat. Right here, Rohit. Oh yeah, Rohit.
You know you're wrong for that.
It wasn't.
You know you're wrong for that.
Me?
No, I'm just.
Oh, someone in the chat. I thought it was blue, so I was looking at it. But anyways, it was Rohit right here for $2 about Micron. There might have been. Yeah, that's it. That's as far as I can scroll up. So thanks, Rohit. There.
Very, very bad.
Did you see that note before? Oh, there's a few super chats before. It says Bear Burst versus Bulls. Okay, I'll get to it.
Even though you made me check.
Here, let me just see. Let me just see right here. No, I just want to make sure. Okay, there's the Soul Pizza. Thank you so much. All right, Joe is anti-American. Yeah, we talked about that with Rocky. Canada owns the record for sniper shots, 2.14 miles.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me? I didn't even know that. I thought the American sniper guy had
2.14 miles. I don't know.
That's
I actually know somebody that's a sniper. I'll have to ask him.
We
I'll
know.
have to ask him
you
about
think
that.
of the same guy? We're thinking of the same guy.
You don't know the guy I'm thinking about.
There was a-
Oh no, that guy. No, I'm talking about.
You
a
don't
real
believe
guy.
Debo can?
No, I'm talking about a real.
There
guy.
was a dude on the floor, Debo, who
The guy
I mean,
I'm talking about
he's-
works for CSIS.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. He's always said that he's good up to a mile, and like there's.
Oh, I know. I believe that.
I know, but it's not like it's not
I'm
like
saying, I
he
don't
has any
think he's
military
professional.
training to
Right.
be saying that. It's a strange thing for someone who doesn't have any military training to say.
No, man. No.
I'm just saying.
Not to say anything about what's happening in the United States, but these guys with these guns, these video games nowadays, honestly.
Okay. Not me.
Not me either, thankfully. All right, sale. We did look at sale. Thanks, Ryan. We'll look at that again in a minute. A WRD, I think Neil looked at that, but we can look again. And there's the Micron, and then there's the KB one there. So, okay. All right, let's go to Adair News or so.
We do have some news. Keep an eye on the markets here. We have Fed's Logan still speaking, saying that they'll lower rates further if that's what we need. But, quote, that's not where we are right now. So a little bit of hawkishness. Also, keep an eye on Palantir and any defense-related names. I'm seeing reports here that Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is set to seek an 8% spending shift at the Pentagon as Doge looms. Well, why is Palantir popping on that? This could possibly be, I was reading it, apparently Pete Hegseth, as people were looking through his Venmo contacts, he has a lot of connections with people who work at Palantir. So there has been a little bit of speculation that if we do get a spending shift at the Pentagon, it is likely to maybe benefit Palantir or at the very least not hurt Palantir. So keep an eye on PLTR and also keep an eye on RTX and LMT, any defense-related plays. Apparently, with fears of Doge looming, Pete Hegseth looking to cut 8% here with regards to spending. Also, some stocks breaking out here into the close. AppLove and APP. Seeing some people mention this in the chat. Nice breakout here into the close for AppLove on earnings day 2. Back to you.
Yeah, that stock is gone, APP. But yeah, Palantir is going on that. Obviously, you're probably not going to trade. No one's trading Lockheed Martin as a day trader. Can almost bet you guys that. But Palantir looks pretty good. We only have about 15, 20 minutes until we get to that cutoff point where I don't want to put anything new on. Like I'll show you. Oh, what's going on with that chart? Yeah, ignore VWAP on this chart. I have that data thing happening. But since breaking, this is how much Rivian is gone, right? So it's kind of slowly going station to station. My next offer is at the 20 level. Nothing terribly exciting with that. It was a double top break. Let's see if we can't get something back into 19 on Palantir. That's really starting to move here and amping itself to the upside on that headline. Lockheed I looked at it, it did move lower, but that volume is very, very poor on LNT, and you're just not really going to do any kind of day trading in this. Spread's big. Even with the spike, it's pretty dead and pretty quiet. And it's actually already back to where it was before. They just seem to not care. It was already down on the day. Palantir is a trading stock, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that might be, you know, like those are the stories that we're talking about. We need to have something moving, and that's what we were talking about, like with what you're trading into the close. You want to trade something that has a reason to move, not just like, okay, we're looking at it. It's like why. So right there, that could help. And it looks like it does break that level. So good shout out there on Palantir. Thanks, Adara, for that one. I've been falling back in a little bit. We sort of talked about getting out of that one. Why am I keep seeing Amazon scrolling across here? Okay, just bouncing. That's VWAP. That's why it's showing up. Not much happening at all with Amazon right now. So, oh, everyone's dropping right now their
13F.
The 13Fs. So that might affect something. I just heard somebody divested some stake in Apple. I didn't catch who it was. But I mean, look what's happening right now in this. Like, nothing, right?
Well, the thing about Apple, people saying they're divesting their stake.
I'm trying to find something that's actually moving.
When you look at the Mag 7 and all of a sudden, like, we already know about Nvidia moving past in terms of excitement over Apple. And now I think a lot of people are, hey, Meta looks a little bit more attractive than Apple. And then you have everything that's right with Alphabet. It makes a lot of logical sense that there's a lot of people that are probably selling some Apple to get in some other places because it's done so well for them. And now it's gotten a little bit expensive relative to some of the other quality big caps that you can be in. There's nothing against Apple. So I think it's taking a lot of this with a grain of salt. Or not a grain of salt, but in stride is a better way to think about it for Apple. I just love the last 3 days on this. It's back. If it can hold a 50 period, that's a lot of good things. But that hasn't been the level to trade off on Apple. We say this all the time. If you're looking at the moving averages, give me the one that it's respecting, and that's the one that I want. And the one that it's respecting is the 200 period moving average. That has been very, very clear on this stock. The 50 period on the daily has been pretty meaningless on Apple for a while. It's been about the 200 period. That's where you want to buy the thing. So if we get back down there and you weren't a buyer last time, then, well, I mean, presuming you like the stock. You know, to me, if a stock is a stock that I'm accumulating or building a position in, then one way or another, I'm either buying the 50 or the 200, and I just make a decision which one it's going to be. And sometimes it works out for you, and sometimes it doesn't. Like Apple's been great off of there. An example of a stock that's stunk recently in that regard would be Microsoft. And I don't like Microsoft anymore. Like I am not anti-Microsoft, but I am not a buyer of this stock at all in any shape or form unless something drastic happens. And that's just the difference. It's not respecting anything good, whereas Apple is.
Yeah, we talked about them releasing that new Apple Home. There it is. What's up? We are releasing this tonight.
SMA.
It's right after the recap show, right? So join Neil. They'll remind you guys after the recap show. It's all about.
I'm still not smiling.
It's all about SMAs there. It's all about SMAs. So we'll talk about that more as we go. Our last video, maybe I could actually find the link to that. That was a great one. That was on RSI.
Yes.
So we got some nice positive comment about sort of the quality and what we were developing there. So we want to thank everybody for all of that, and just make sure you keep on checking it out because bigger and better to come for sure as we switch up our game a little bit here. So thank you so much for that. Good video there. We're all in it, so it should be a lot of fun. So we'll check that out. All right, so another name that I said, I saw someone in the chat there be like, hey, look at Tesla. Yeah. All right, so this was another name that I said could pop there into the afternoon. As we want to trade a name that has some sort of catalyst. Look at that, there it is. Like that's the jam right there. 354.50, nice break. Would have been nice to see that. I mean, again, not about seeing it, but would have been nice to be on that right there as it looks like some of these levels starting to go. Nothing wrong with just cracking that. I'm not saying that it's like this is going to be a huge trade. I mean, we're on IBIT. You saw me get in and out of that a little bit and try to massage that play. But at the end of the day, it's like you're just looking for something. And right there, that's a defined in. So you're in at 354.50, and right now, if you're like, oh well, that's pretty good, well then take the buck to buck 50. Look, you're running right into this level right there that you've already seen. So defined in, and then now defined out. And if you want to hold it, you have another defined out right here as well at 357. So take some at 56, take some at 57, and hell, take some at 59 if you want. But it's got to get there. So reward yourself for now. Good trade if you got it. Great break on Tesla. If you want to tempt fate and you're like, hey, there's more to this name, maybe there is, then you can give yourself a little bit more room, back down into 353. Maybe that would be your breaking spot, VWAP, a break of 353. So again, $1.50 worth of risk to the upside. You're now in that, so it's 1-to-1 for you on the victory side. Take some out, either hold for the back, wait for that kind of a move, but a good trade there on Tesla for whoever had that. So we just in and out of it. It's going to be my number one stock this week, despite losing this right here today. But we had to get away from it. Just, these moves have cut like a knife real hard sometimes, and it would have done it again right there. Like, you don't get out on that's 355 break. Sorry, 356 break. We waited for 355.50. We always give it a little more room. You don't get out. Like, it gets worse for you real quick. So, be patient with what you're doing, and just remember that the stock can always turn on you.
Yes.
Definitely have some sort of a risk management system in place. And join me and Neil as we always talk about our ins and our outs. And I think if you don't, then that's your own death, basically. You have to have an out every time.
That's the key. And you should always have a plan of action. Like, you never want to be the Toronto Raptors. You want to have a plan.
You have a plan of action now?
Okay, I
would say it's more like the Blue Jays.
We have a better plan of action now. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Before
yeah,
it didn't seem like we did. Shout out to DJ Marshall in the chat. Thank you for the super chat. $50 super chat. We'll get some real pizza with that. I promise you that. Or we get some shawarma. We get some cannolis, which I've been sort of throwing out there every now and then. Yep. Today is about color red, but the market's up. I know it's Valentine's Day, but it's a green day in the market. We favor green, and I hope everyone is seeing it. Love it. Caught the SPY on the dump at 11:10 a.m. 3-to-1 trade. Congratulations on that one. Thank you. Then caught the bounce off the 200 SMA on the 5-minute chart. Another 3-to-1. You're done for the day. You greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate you, DJ in the house.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. For anyone there's a few people that have asked about that Word stock. So it was Serve and SoundHound that Nvidia sold, and it was Word and something else that Nvidia bought in their 13F filings. This one's been doing absolutely nothing. I'm gonna guess there's probably some people that bought that news that are maybe a little trapped in this thing, because it did an early break and then it's doing a heck of a lot of nothing, but holding the $30 level all afternoon. There's no volume, there's no trade there as a day trader. But you always have to be careful with something like this on a day one. It's like the move is so insane that there's no obvious place to figure out where it's gonna settle down until after the fact. So always be careful. Like, if you take breakouts on things like this, you need to have a predetermined out, because if you took a break, you could be long in the mid to high 30s somewhere when the stock's up 82%, wondering what do I do? And you're out 20 to 25 points at this point. Like, it hasn't broken down, but it's also not giving you any good reasons to be in love with it. Typically, if you get into these, I like to wait. Like, let it settle a day or two and find a level. If you really like this news, we saw what happened when SOUN started to rally. What was it? Is that just us?
Something's going on with the stream?
Is that the stream, or is that just our program monitor? Oh, sorry, it's just I
see Joe.
Yeah, so on our program monitor, I see Joe, so I think that's what's being shown to you guys. And all I was saying there for Word is, now I lost my train of thought. We saw with SoundHound the great rally that had multiple times with the Nvidia partnership or deal. So I think a lot of times let it settle down a couple of days and maybe it can do a rally. But that move was absurd. $17 all the way to 42 high. Now back to 31. This one needs to settle. There's no day trade I see on this. Still just in Rivian as it slides higher. Got the 14.20 print. Now just offering at 14.25. Right. So I'm just offering every 5 cents here on Rivian, and we'll see how far it can go, as maybe Palantir is going to break 120.
Really? Oh, man, we talked about it.
Hit enter twice there. Yeah, it might break. Oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. It's already 335.
Getting late.
Kind of did it, then pull back into 19. That 20 level was a problem this morning. It did break it a couple times, but wicked it, which is The good news about that is it gives you a 120 break next week if we don't get the chance here today. Yeah, so Palantir, it's still kind of on one on that daily chart. There's nothing wrong with it. Very good stair-step play. You know, whenever Palantir, the new thing I think with Palantir is if you ever see it do these consolidation days, like big gap up day, and then here's your inside day, just take the breakout. Whenever Palantir holds a prior low and then has a consolidation day, breakout, clean. Now, it wasn't the biggest rally today relatively, but there's a consolidation day yesterday off the high, just take the breakout of the high. When a stock is in an upward trend like Palantir is, it's like just grit your teeth, man. If it goes sideways for a day, just take the breakout the next day if it happens, because generally speaking, you've won almost every single time. And if you lose the 10th time, who cares if you won 9 times, who cares if you lose the 10th? That's the way I'd see it.
Yeah, thanks for doing that WRD thing, because it made it remind me of that. We still have some Soundhound here. We don't have that much of it, and it's at the 2. I was just leaving it, actually, but sure. As we get into 1080 right there, that is the 200 period moving average. So we're going to take that. And you know what winds up helping me all the time is e-signal. And we talk about that. You can scan that QR code below to grab some of these charts, right? I mean, it's the 200 period moving average. It's consistent numbers is what you're looking for. You want to have consistent data. The back testing is incredible. Minute charts, tick charts, second charts, any kind of a macro number that you're needing for. What I'm looking for, sorry, any indicator that you're looking to put up there, you can track it, you can put it into your alert lists. We have hot lists, we have trade rate indicators. It just basically, I mean, it's going through it right now. Over 500 symbols you can track at once. Like, that's pretty incredible. So that's what we're doing. All these different charts, all these different platforms, find them on StockTwits. You can retweet all your charts. This is what we're talking about right here at the screener. That's the big one. We talked about how people on the chat are always ahead of the game. They're like, oh my God, this name's moving. We're like, what? So it's off scanners like this. And with eSignal, you can actually entitle yourself to any market that's available, which in my understanding is pretty much all of them. So if you're looking to trade something in the Hang Seng, or especially with Blue Ocean and things like that, I just, you know, the more trading becomes 24 hours, the more you want reliable charting platform. And right now, eSignal with a month free, it's pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, it's a great quality piece. Apps to go with it as well. Sign up now with eSignal, and then the worst case scenario, you just cancel it, right? You do as like my kid does. He always asks for free trials, and he's like, but I'll cancel it right away. So I was like, okay, and he seems to be able to do that. So go in there, give it a shot. Let us know how you like it. It's eSignal. It's what we're using. All right, so FXI, I'm just going to start to clean up a little bit. IBIT's not doing too much. IBIT's at 80. It is what it is. We got out of some Soundhound right there, but FXI right now, yeah, we can get something out at 05 maybe there if we're able to. That high has been, okay. Well, all we have to do apparently is offer it, and we get it. So we did that, and we get it. So that's a nice little offer there at 05. It just broke through. It's almost as if we did this again. Nope, didn't move. Okay, but it moved the first time. All right, so there it goes. FXI, nice trade there. We bought this. This is off the sticky note. Believe it or not, we wrote down 34.80 on the sticky note. That's exactly what came through. So pretty happy with that performance there on that level. So all is good over there on that. But FXI, big win for me today. Really happy with it. IBIT, just to talk about what we're doing here. I wish we were doing a little bit more. We already had that move up. I may just cover this right now. It's going to be we're long at 75. Come on. All right, let's get something out here at 80s if we can, and then we'll run it from, okay, well,
we're almost at all-time highs in the Qs.
Yeah, the NASDAQ, yeah, the ES was pennies away. The ES, 610.
We're almost there.
Yeah, the SPY was 610.83.
Are we there already?
Close, I just called it up. Let me just check what it shows here on the eSignal platform again. So here's the SPY. They have that high, 610.78. Made right back here on the 24th. So 610.78 right now. We already had 611 today. We've already passed that. So we basically made all-time highs today in the SPY. So congratulations, anybody holding on to the longs, man. It's been quite the run up. I don't know what the US dollar is doing, but
70 cents away on the Qs. And
I mean, all this talk, right? It's
yeah,
like
I just jumped out of Rivian at break even. So there's a rule in my mind. Like if it's not really going, then sometimes you could maybe like, oh, we'll buy it into the prior high or something like that. But like that 410 break went to 1410 break went to 1420. if that's all it's going to do, like that was, how long was that? It was like a 25-minute breakout of the high of the day. So like, yeah, that's all it's going to do. You're only risking a few cents on it, but it's still not really moving. So just get out flat when it comes back in. Ended up still having a third of the position on. But if it's not doing something crazy, then who cares? I feel like there's an inevitability that Nvidia is going to have an imbalance today. The spider sense is tingling. Nvidia probably has an imbalance. So I think a 350 or 355 play on Nvidia. It's up 3 points. It's printing right now. We've seen it happen before. So let's try to respect it. With 10 minutes to go to the imbalances, I haven't looked at the early look. We just got a super chat. I was going to check them out now that I just got flat. Lingering Catapult. Love that name. Happy Friday to you as well. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Intel has been your favorite stock for the day. Wild day, but nevertheless, love the show and appreciate what you guys do. Appreciate you as well. Hope you're having a great day. Lingering Catapults. I don't know why that's so amusing to me, that name. I love the creative names in the chat. That's another fun thing to have. But I suspect Nvidia is going to have that imbalance. Right now, what do we got here? Oh, FXI. Speak of the devil. FXI is the biggest early look imbalance at 3.7 million to sell.
Wow.
But we've seen
to sell? Oh,
yeah,
come
but we've
on.
seen this before. It's never actually.
Come on.
I think the one time it mattered, it was close to 10 million shares or something. And this is only 3.7. Nothing else is that big. Like SU, IP, GDX is in there, but those are all relatively small. I expect Nvidia is going to be the big one. Just a guess.
So a little bit, what's up, my guy? A little bit. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got a new look right now. Oh, this is like behind the scenes. BTS, baby. Bang, right there. All right. So
like that.
just quickly here on Intel. Yeah, nice. Oh, there's Brendan. Live. Oh, there it is.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
That's how you're going to shoot the push-up challenge. DC will use that for the push-up challenge. Just get right in there. Adara's always focused. Always focused. You wonder how we have such intelligent things to say in the aftermarket show, at least myself. Shh. That's the secret, right?
I mean, I come up with the stuff myself, but yeah, it's great to know. No, just joking. Adara's been great. Adara provides all those notes for us, man. That's big save, man. I used to always do that myself. I did the after show for like 8 months, 8 to 10 months by itself. Okay, so IBIT's coming back in, but we got out of pretty much half of what we had left right there. If you don't like the trade, get out right now for flat. I mean, I might just do that. I'm just going to get out now. Again, we talk about like not letting winning trades turn into losing. I don't think this is going to, there you go, get some 71s. I don't think it's going to turn into a losing trade, but I can see the P&L. It's a good one there for IBIT. So we're long at 75. All of our outs right here, look, man, 90s, 95s, O's, 93, 95, 90, 84, 80s, and then a 72. You just saw me take that. So at the end of the day, man, good trading there for IBIT. I hope some of you were able to take advantage of that just a little bit. That FXI imbalance is a little bit disappointing. Was that Brankles I just saw there? All right, so FXI was taken out there. Sorry, FXI does have a sell imbalance on it, as Neil's mentioned a couple times there. So we'll wait to see. Yeah, we'll wait to see. I mean, I'm in it, so
I'm thinking it's going to be nothing because it usually is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where I'm
also, at. Palantir is not going to break. If you were looking for a break of this little top here in Palantir, since the news came out, it's not really doing much, and we're getting really close to the imbalances. But all it's done is pull back. So it kind of ran in on that news and then just kind of pulled back in here. For Palantir. So yeah, no, I don't, it's too late. Even if it makes the breakout of 120, it's too late. I'm not taking it. Let's go to Adara. Oh, shoot.
So for a little bit of context for this story, basically Donald Trump sued CBS and Paramount for $20 billion, alleging that they edited one of the presidential interviews not in his favor. Basically, now we have Wall Street Journal reporting that Paramount Global is apparently grappling with, quote, legal risks in Trump settlement discussions. So apparently Paramount considering settling with Donald Trump with regards to this lawsuit over an interview with Kamala Harris during the 2024 presidential campaign. Back to you.
Push-ups or something like that.
I'm saying.
Yo,
what up?
Here we go.
We're in the house. We're dropping that video tonight. It's going to be the... What? Don't be laughing at me, We're going to be dropping our moving average video. Come check it out. We got the aftermarket show. We're going to have Raider Trader in his house. Adara at the desk. Black Owl.
All right.
You know what Black Owl is?
Yes.
That's a Brampton
That was
thing.
like some MTV.
No, I thought we made that up.
Black Owl? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
no. I'm just saying the way that camera was.
Oh, where the camera
Like,
was.
you know, back.
No, that was like our.
Yeah,
No,
there you
one
go.
of our-
MTV Raps. See, there we go.
MTV
See?
Raps, yeah. One of our boys made that up. I don't know what it
TTV
means.
Raps.
It just sounds cool. So we just started saying it.
Trader TV Live.
And no word of a lie.
That wasn't rapping?
I have to call out a friend. I have to call out a friend of mine because that was the thing that we used to say in high school. One of our boys would say, it'd be like, black out, black out. And I would say that around my baseball team. And we used to go have barbecues at this dude's house on my team after our game sometimes. And I'd always be saying that. And his wife, the whole time, for 2 years, this dude's wife thought my name was Al and that I was saying Black Al.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time someone called me Neil. I've known her for 2 years, and she's like, why did this dude just call you Neil? I'm like, because that's my name. She said, I thought you were Al. I'm like, what do you mean Al? Why is everyone always saying Black Al? I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyways, I just thought it was amusing. She's a great person, but every now and then.
It's like on South Park where the guy's called Token, but it's Tolkien. Like they talked because he was named after the Lord of the Rings guy. But it was just funny that they're always calling it
Another
Tolkien.
great show.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's an okay show. Oh, they had South Park is good. I haven't seen it in a minute though. I don't know if they've stopped. What's up with South Park?
You have to watch the NCAA where.
Oh no, I think I've seen all of them.
Where Cartman and then NCAA.
He goes the most recent one. Then maybe I haven't seen that one.
He goes into the NCAA guys thing and basically is like, these guys are slave owners. It's so good.
Was it an older one?
I can't even say it with a straight face. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. You're student athletes. Sure.
Okay. I get it. Yeah.
And then you can give them credit for the NIL stuff because they got NIL was after that, I think.
Oh really? Okay. So it's a little bit older. All right.
Student.
Yeah, I definitely like the NIL stuff.
Oh,
that is for sure.
That was a fantastic.
About time those guys got paid for sure. Yeah, no, South Park's funny. That's what I'm saying. I wish there was more. If there was newer ones.
Comedy should be. Always
why I thought about that is because they have the Blame Canada, there with those two guys. What are they called? Philip.
Yeah,
Philip and somebody else there. Philip and.
With the moving. You guys know what it is from. Yeah. Why can't I remember it? Anyways, I saw that. I saw that. Terrence and Phillip. I saw that movie in the theater with my brother in the United States. It was like we're the only two brothers in the theater,
really?
And we're both Canadian. Well, it seemed like it. And we're both Canadian. And there were so many anti-Canadian jokes, and then they had that front line thing.
Yeah.
I was like, we're just looking around
I want to rewatch that
what
movie.
Is going on here?
I'm going to watch that with Rocky with Joe, you know?
Yeah, we have to.
So we're streaming Trader TV Live movie night, Rocky.
I'm down with that.
All of them.
That's a great movie.
Apparently there's 6 of them. Sharif was like, no, there's 6 of them. There's Rocky Balboa. Don't forget about Rocky Balboa. Get ready, man. Bring the girl over here. We're going to have a good time there. We're going to have some popcorn, everything, Joe. We'll have that. Yeah. We'll figure it out. The Rocky movie
One of
night.
the greatest
Trader TV Live sponsored movie night.
It's just a great movie.
Yeah, oh boy. Now that we talked about South Park, now people are just dropping random characters in there. There are some funny ones, that is for sure. So shout out to everybody there today, enjoying our South Park.
You guys are joking.
There's that chef, that was really funny. There's a lot of good
Celery 2, what up? That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so FXI, despite there being a sell imbalance, we are still long this name, and it's been working out. So we'll go diamonds right here on that one as FXI still going to the upside. We really like that one. Oh, I laugh because ACB just filed an offering, but it doesn't look like it's okay. It looks like it'd be fine. How bad can this stock get? A lot worse than this. Trust on that. If you,
ACB's
this was $1,500 at one point. If you,
it's a double up the last 2 weeks, though.
Oh no, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
as they say, the sun shines on
dogs,
certain things.
Butts.
Yeah, at least a couple times a day. So nice move up there for ACB for sure. As we get it on the RFK. Okay, so
it did move.
So have 1 more minute left before imbalances. So what we're going to do right here, I thought we were just coming into that. So these imbalances will pop through. The only thing I have is FXI and SoundHound. I don't think there's going to be much happening there. We will get rid of the broker, get ready for the NYC and the NASDAQ, and we'll get ready to pull that through. So that's ACB. There it is. Like we just brought that to you. I don't know why I just didn't short it. Like we told you there was a mixed shelf offering and then boom to the downside. It didn't move until it did. Another quickly missed opportunity there.
Yeah, my eyes are going to be on Nvidia and maybe Palantir for sure. ACB, like that was a good. The second that hit, you could have punched short.
Yep.
Assuming we have free locates on it, I'm actually not sure about that on ACB. So it's possible we couldn't have punched short without paying for locates. With 15 seconds to go, just a gut feel. Nvidia's had a big imbalance every single day. I think I'm look for like that 355 reversal play there. FXI, my guess is it probably pairs off here.
Yeah, I'm
we'll
going to take some more out.
in a couple of seconds. 3.7 million, it's a big one. 6.5 million to the buy side. Good luck, Nvidia. Yeah, okay, quotes are insane. So
Nvidia is just
6.5
levitating.
million to the upside on Nvidia. And it's at 139 on Nvidia right now. So 139 even on the offer. Now it's 5 million, so it hasn't really paired off just yet. I suspect it is going to pair at some point, but that's a big, big number there to the buy side for Nvidia. But it didn't punch through, or it did, and it came right back. If it can retake 39, I'm going to try and go long with a tight stop and see if it rallies. The reason why tight stop is because I actually expect it to go the other direction in 4 minutes, and I'd rather do that. I took a shot at it, but I actually prefer the other direction of the trade, which is for it to flip at 355 and go short. So I tried to take a little quick breakout trade on Nvidia. Now I'll just kind of wait for the short opportunity. And what I mean by that, for anyone that's just tuning in now, big imbalance, but at 355, you get a major pairing event usually on stocks. This is the only significant one here, although FXI is actually still a sell of 4 million, so it didn't pair off.
Ah, shit.
But those are the only two significant imbalances that I see here. TLT, not a big deal. WBD, relatively cheap stock. What else we have? Open, so $1 stocks, that's nothing. Amazon's 1 million to the buy side, so that's actually a pretty decent size on Amazon. But Nvidia and FXI are the ones that I think are the most interesting. Let's go to Adara.
Keep an eye on PWM, Prestige Wealth. This one reporting, I believe as of last night here, their first half of 2024, I guess fiscal 2024 results. Earnings per share actually missed here, a loss per share versus a slight profit per share last year, but revenue up on a year-over-year basis. The reason I bring them up, though, is we just had this drop here on volume. No news on this, but some social media attention. Prestige Wealth also has a short float of about 9%. So PWM, penny stock earnings name, I guess, that's been on watch today. Back to you.
Like Shree's favorite artist here, Nvidia is levitating here. We got some Dua Lipa there action happening. I want to thank you to everybody for the day, man. 10 memberships from Mad World says this show has changed his life. We appreciate that for sure. All right, D-Raj, thank you so much. Neil and Sean, 100. I mean, thank you so much. That's impressive, man. Thank you so much for that super chat there. $100. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for watching, man. Since I started watching, you've learned an incredible amount about stocks, technical analysis, and risk management. Your insights and expertise have been invaluable. Well, hey, thank you so much for all of that. That $100 is just, so generous, and we'll thank you for that. And
Sean's going to buy the cannolis.
Boom, yeah, you'll even get a cash cow. Yeah, the cannolis are coming for that one for sure. So there you go. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just haven't had a chance to comment.
No,
I just
say that because.
Oh no, I don't mean that. I just want to say thanks in there. No, well, I mean you weren't here yesterday, and then it was a snow day, right? So and we didn't bring them in today. So we'll have to wait to see there right now. DJ Marshall, we already got yours. Thank you so much for that one as well. Today's about color red. Yeah, Neil got that. So again, thank you so much for all the kind words and everything on the show, man, as we all go. Nvidia, huge move, back up to 140. I mean, that's pretty impressive just by itself. So, yeah, Nvidia continues to
we
work.
had the question, and I don't think we had a viewer ask or make the comment. Nobody really opined on it. Nvidia 150, they said, let's just say buy earnings, because they said in a couple of months. And I'm like, how about just buy earnings?
Yeah.
Before or after, can it get there before is the better way to think about it. Because if I say Nvidia 150 after earnings, and too many people are going to say yes. You think it gets there before earnings? Because that's only a couple weeks.
I think Nvidia might get to 175 before earnings.
175?
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it's up $20 in a week, isn't it?
Okay, so just.
What
I think is going to happen in the next quarter for Nvidia is this range here, 114 to about the VWAP, that $20. Take that off the top. So I think 175, but that's by the end of next quarter. I would put it. Just because it's been a little rangy, in my opinion. Oops. We're not split adjusted. I can't do that.
I mean, just believe it or not, I think there's a lot of people that right now are uncertain because it's had such a huge run, minted so many millionaires, that there are a lot of people probably getting a little light. A lot of people probably got scared out of DeepSeek there, which makes a lot of sense. I didn't get scared at all. I sat there with open hands and bought more Nvidia. And I think people will realize that they maybe should have done that themselves, especially when that quarter comes. It's just like you still have 2 weeks. before the quarter, right? It's February 26th, isn't it? So you still got a few days, not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that, and then you go. So watch out here. Here comes the imbalance flip for Nvidia. Where did it go? Here's the imbalance locator right here. So in just 6 seconds, that probably either gets small. If that stays a bid, this thing is gone. So you just got to watch out to see if it stays a bid, and it does stay a bid. So there it goes. It was at 08. It actually didn't go up that much. Only went to 15 or 16. But you're seeing a lot of volume come in now on Nvidia. So yeah, I guess it's just going to pair itself off. 165 million shares today, as we see.
That's all.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
light work for Nvidia.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, where's the idea thing? Shout out to that super chat, because this is the difference between trading like maybe a professional or not. Like, you see this on iBit right here? There we go. I mean, this is what the super chats are all about. Risk, I mean, you even say it yourself right here. D-Raj again, let me just call you up here again. You mentioned about the risk management, technical stocks and risk management. Well, here's a technical read, long. Put the money in your pocket, manage risk. Get out right there. We did it live on the show, and look what we don't suffer through, right? So it's not like now I'm not sitting down at the dinner table or anything being like, oh man, I wish I just would have got out of that trade. I could say, oh man, I wish it didn't continue to go higher so we could make more money. But at the end of the day not ruined, day actually increased on this trade. So if we don't have that stop, then that's the risk there to that downside. So I just wanted to bring that up as we're getting very, very light into all of our positions. That FXI is actually still a sell of quite many millions right now, but it's making that move down. So we actually got a piece out. We're getting lighter and lighter. I'm just going to probably sell out of everything now on FX if I can get an 04. Can we show yours? Because my imbalance locator doesn't actually have.
Yeah, no problem. I was just
Amex
checking. There
on
was again, I was looking for a delete, but I won't take it. FXI is still 3.9 million. I'm a little bit surprised by this.
I just took it out because
generally speaking, I think this is the first time I've seen this imbalance stay this late. And when it has, it's usually been 1 million. That said, like, it's not. Like, usually, okay, when a stock does this, like it pulls back into VWAP, my gut reaction is it's going to pair off and you should be buying VWAP. But nah, I got to get up to the desk anyways. That'd be forcing the trade. I'm more disappointed that Nvidia didn't really give you that move with the pair off. It stayed by. I think if that flipped sell, it was kind of an easy punch back down through 139. And then you would have got your reversion trade, give it to the high of the day, which is 25. So you risk 25 cents, and then just if it flips to a sell, that's your trade. So no opportunity there for us. Let's go, says DELL. Did DELL continue that move?
I don't think so.
Oh, not really. No, okay. No, DELL, obviously DELL with a good day today, but there was really no continuation of that news story. It's just a bounce off where, everybody? The volume weighted average price. So if you were looking at DELL today, if you want to play back, if you're looking at pullbacks on these news plays, VWAP is, if there's no technical level, VWAP is a pretty good place to look. A lot of times that's your one shot that you can take. So a good look there. SMCI now does go. Oh yeah, look at that. SMCI. SMCI is a rocket, everybody. Should have done better with the long today on SMCI. That's the one that burns me. Like, I'll be up on it, but that's the one that sucks. Put a stop in, come back to your desk, see that it triggered, and you never got a chance to get back in. Then buy a dip, take it off too shallow. This dip buy was on news, however. So there was news dragging that down. That was when the DELL news hit. So I actually got out of that one. I got out of it a little bit too fast. Oh, shoot, I have 1 minute. I'm going to get up to the desk.
Yeah, great. There. All right, good trading there today. We'll see you on the flip side. Enjoy Montreal. Enjoy that, and have some poutine and all that kind of stuff over there. All right, so yeah, we're not going to be panicking too much to get over to that late show today. We have a market recap, very light on earnings. In fact, I don't believe there are any earnings. So wait for that. They'll recap all of the plays there in the that we've had so far today, and all the weekly earnings as well. Big moves today in Coinbase, of course. Where is that coming out at right now? Coin. Let's just see where we're closing on that. Okay, so Coinbase actually going out at the lows right now with only a half. minute left, 30 seconds left right now. Coinbase at the lows of the day and breaking lower. Coinbase right now breaking the low of the days right at the end of the day as the market goes for a little bit of a dip. We still have SoundHound. I guess we have to get that out right now at $11. We have a very, very small piece left. Just a quick check-in on what Tesla's doing there. Okay, so Coinbase going one way. Tesla trying to take out some nice levels there. Oops, sorry, countdown right now. 355. Nvidia breaking. Wow, there's a lot of movement happening right here at the close. 3, 2, 1. I hit it late there, Adara, so sorry about that one. Thank you for that, Adara. Lots of news today, man. Lots of breaking news. So we want to thank Adara for all the work that she did for us there today, of course, and for all of you. Nvidia, I guess, just lost a little bit of a bid. I said that stocks are really coming down there at the end. It was more just the market. Nvidia kind of drops 30 cents. Maybe looks a little more dramatic than potentially it was. What was Apple doing there at the end of the day? Okay, so just looks like a little bit of a market sell-off there to close out. All right, man, it's been a big day. A pretty muted day overall in the market as we have the futures kind of just going out right there, up 0.3. You know, we start the day down. Looks like it go up about 80 or 60, 80 handles there to close roughly flat. The ES, I believe, was flat. Yeah, so the ES on that last move down actually turns red on the day. So NASDAQ and ES today both have a little bit of a move into the close. All right, thanks Bears vs. Bulls. Thanks Joe, Sharif, Ramin, Fabian, Brendo, Neil. We're going to see him in a couple seconds. Who else? We already said Adara. So, and Andre, who you guys met today as well. So just a big thank you to everybody that super chatted. D-Raj, David, I'm going to be missing so many people. So Rohit, so I'm going to stop so I don't insult anybody. But thank you so much. I hope we were able to cover it all. Enjoy your long weekend. Remember, after the recap show, it's our best video to date. All right, we're going to be going, there it is right there. SMAs. It's literally the only thing I use. SMAs along with support and resistance. So get ready to rock and roll. Well, we also use VWAP as well, but that can be very, very similar. Check it out. Listen to how we're talking. Very, very highly edited, very easy to understand. Part of the conversation last week was how easy the video was to understand and to follow. So we repeated it again. Let us know what you think. We're dropping it at 4:30, so get ready for that one. Stay tuned. Without any further ado, from me to you, happy Valentine's Day. Be safe this weekend with your family and friends, and we'll catch you on Tuesday. Ciao.
Thank you very much, Sean. Enjoy the, of course, I know you'll be busy with the family stuff, but enjoy it. That's what it's all about here. Actually, Adara just said what we need to lead with.
20-day winning streak for Meta. That is like an entire month of trading because you have 5 days in a trading week. So we've done that 4 times. So Meta is up essentially an entire month worth of trading, which is nuts. So
you know how you
acknowledge that.
You know how you know a stock is a good stock or a good company? When it can go up 20 days in a row, and most people are just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like how much do we're not even talking about it as it's happening during the day. It's like, yeah, Meta's just doing Meta. Like it's just, that's what a good, like when you're like, oh my goodness, AppLovin is up this. Okay, that's a bad example because AppLovin actually is a good looking chart, but that's what it's all about. But you know what else? You know what else it's about for a stock like Meta? Buying it off of the simple moving average, everybody. Buy it off the 50. Buy it off the 200. If it's a good company, that's where you want to buy it. We have our SMA video coming out after the end of this recap, so everybody go check that out. We worked hard on it. Look, man, it is so good. It is so amazing that I just had to give it the whole That's how good it is, everybody. It was a great day for the markets in a general sense because there were a lot of big movers. Airbnb up 14 points. Obviously, that day 2 on AppLovin, super impressive. I wasn't here yesterday, but another 8 points for the stock, above $500.
That was really
It's a big time blowout. I think the thing that probably shocking a lot of people today, it's the Coinbase move.
Yeah.
Coinbase down 8%. You can't look at that report and not be impressed by all the beats you saw on the report, but it didn't matter. Coinbase down. It's not like Bitcoin was down. It's not like crypto had a bad day or anything, but Coinbase, for whatever reason, It was just to sell.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we stayed away from it because oftentimes traders can get too caught up in the I think this should go up because of the report and then just start trying to play bounces on it. That was, there was a moment my head was there, and I'm glad we stayed away from Coinbase. Closed at the lows, down 8%.
And you know the real issue for Coinbase was around 280. I know Joe mentioned it in the midday. Coinbase did not want 280. It got 280 a couple times. And I had the level 2 up for this all day because I was curious. And most of the day we waffled between roughly 279 and 276. Like it wasn't even a range. It was just a deeply confused, troubled stock today based on what I saw in Coinbase. I dabbled in a little bit. But I think one thing too with COIN versus like, I'll pull up MSTR for today because MSTR had a beautiful breakout today. Someone in the chat was mentioning this as well. Oh, and this area it rejected is also previous resistance. Ignore my lines in this chart. But MSTR, for a couple of days now, could not break that 330.50 level where my cursor is. And then today we get that breakout and then some, but we still can't get above 346. So MSTR, beautiful technical breakout. Coinbase, snooze fest. Mara, down. So I feel like, if anything, I don't even know if it's that. I think Coinbase was more acting with the general kind of meh for every crypto play, but MSTR. Because I was looking to see what other crypto names were doing, and MSTR was distinctly different, I have to say.
And that's what you want to be able to find. Find that relative strength and weakness so you know where you can execute the best trades. Not usually relatively strong, but popping here after market is Pfizer. I just checked to see if there was a headline somewhere. I don't see it, but look, it's a volume spike because to Pfizer, if it moves $1, that's a big deal. And it did just go 25.50 to 26.5, already starting to come back. But there is increasing volume here in Pfizer. There was a note on it in the middle of the day. There was a halt of funding to school vaccine mandates. But yeah, this has been an ugly stock. It hasn't been doing anything that's remotely good. Obviously, since the election, it hasn't been too much in favor. Why is somebody calling me right now? You know I'm on air. What my thing is, if somebody calls me during market hours, I'm not going to pick it up. If my wife calls me during market hours or my parents call me, something's up. But other than that, like, you know what's up. But yeah, so Pfizer, I still haven't seen anything on the radar here, but that is a pretty decent spike on some volume here in Pfizer. We'll keep you guys updated here. Siren Industries, what about Firefly? A lot of people have said, what about Firefly? What about Firefly? Remember, everybody, when a stock makes a break like this, and we're talking 5, 6x in a couple of days, you're almost always gonna get some kind of a pullback. You know, and this is exactly what seems like it happened here on Firefly, back into $9, downward trending. It's just going to be a lot of profit taking that'll happen in stocks like this. You remember, anybody that's selling it here, even at the lows, if you had this on the break, it's still a double up. So you get some profit taking happening on Firefly. It's normal. The Pfizer news, Adara?
So apparently, we're just getting Berkshire's 13F now, 15.4 million share new position with Pfizer. So, I mean, we know he's taken some interesting positions lately. Ulta Beauty was a choice that he immediately exited. I think like after the first or second quarter he was in it. So we'll see with PFE, but I am seeing apparently, and I've not seen the filing yet, but I'm seeing this circulate. We do have apparently an investment from Buffett. Also, shout out to Grov saying that 8 straight days of green for Nvidia, but we have news for DJT. Apparently, Trump Media Group is reporting 3.6 million net sales, 11.6 million net interest income for 2024, and they said they're exploring M&A across multiple investments.
Okay.
So DJT with some semblance of earnings, and they also said, and by that I'm not trying to be, I just mean like this seems to be their report, but they didn't officially say that. So that's on watch here. Also, apparently Berkshire cutting Citigroup, so it seems like that filing is out. Still in it, but they cut it by 73.5%. So to recap all those headlines, Pfizer allegedly being purchased by Berkshire, and then we have Citigroup allegedly being cut by 73.5%. DJT reporting earnings and saying they're looking into M&A. And that's my recap of those headlines.
So I'm just looking at Pfizer here, and I'm running through this in my head because as far as a bottoming setup goes, you've got a double bottom here at $25. You've got it doing nothing good after earnings, but resisting that low, so it doesn't break the low after their report. Now you've got Buffett jumping in here who likes the value. Break the 50. If it closed above the 50 period, I'm buying it next week for a swing. That simple. I'm buying. If it closed above the 50 period, I'm buying Pfizer. It's been bought at the 25. You're talking about getting it 26 half, and you get to ride with Uncle Warren, which I've done in swings before. where I just ride something that's a buying level. I did it several times in, now why can't I remember?
I
In
have
Oxy,
Berkshire Hathaway.
multiple times in Oxy when it was good to do. Obviously, eventually it lost favor. You can go back further in daily chart, but it was almost free money to buy it in the mid 50s. And you just take it, get your like 20%, rinse and repeat it over and over again, and that worked for a good year and a half there on Oxy. So if you can ride this bottom with him buying 26s with a stop underneath the low, which is 25, your risk is essentially, it's almost nothing, and you get a dividend to ride along with that. So I'm going to take that trade next week, I do think. So let's see what happens with Pfizer there. It's been a dog, but come on. Yeah. Like, you could do a heck of a lot worse for a risk-reward swing. 5% risk, you get a dividend, and it would be a trend break on the 50 period as well.
I just want to quickly say I'm seeing on X a lot of these circulating, so it looks like you do have the filing. I'm going to read. I don't have the percentages here, but this is just a list of everything in and out. So as of, I'm just going to get the Zoom meeting ready, but as of this Q4 filing for Berkshire Hathaway, he exited VOO, he exited SPY, and he exited Ulta. Previously, he got out 96% of Ulta, but I guess the 4% was too much to bear, so he's entirely out now. He also reduced his positions in Citigroup, Bank of America, NU, Charter, and LPX. He boosted or added to his positions in Domino's Pizza, in VRSN, in Sirius, in Pool, and in Occidental. So he added to Oxy here, and he added PFE. So PFE is his only brand new position in this Q4 filing.
You know what? I'm a little surprised at the selling of the financials. I think
reducing.
I thought, yeah, it's reducing. It's taking profits. Citigroup has been such an absolute burner because I really liked the financials this year. I think I think with the new environment, it's going to be obviously a little bit more friendly when it comes to regulation. They've been trending to the upside. I think you're going to get, everyone's been talking about more deals, more IPOs. That works well. Maybe not so much for Citi, but obviously for Morgan Stanley and obviously for Goldman Sachs, that's going to be the case. But yeah, I guess it's just profit taking. So that could be a little bit interesting. Look at Citigroup. Of course you're going to be taking some profit. That's just regular position management. I know we usually talk about the overall broad market. We mentioned FXI. Sean was long FXI today. Alibaba had a strong day. FXI, why I like one of the reasons I like Alibaba here is when you had that stimulus top for the Chinese ADRs and Chinese internet names and Chinese tech names, FXI didn't get back to the top. And why I like Alibaba is because Alibaba did the same reversion and broke out higher. So that means it's relatively strong to the group in this sense, which means I think it's going to be a bit of a hold. And I don't want to give this one up just yet. I don't necessarily want to see this get back underneath the 120 level, but when you slap the weekly chart up on Alibaba, does anybody think this is time to sell Alibaba? When you look at that weekly chart, we get through 125 in earnest. There's a heck of a lot of green up there. You know what? I'm seeing some blue skies. There's a lot of room to get to $180 on Alibaba. And I think that's where, I'm long this thing at 70 and 80, probably like a 76 or 77 price. And I think it's not ring the register till we get a little closer to 170. I will probably think differently about that if we lose the 200 period on the weekly, though. So it's been looking very, very good here on BABA. But you haven't been able to go wrong with a lot of the Chinese ADRs. BABA just stands out for me.
So there's another super chat here as well. Also, I have a Chinese ADR infographic coming out probably on Tuesday, so that's cool. I've been working on that. I'm going to shout that out, basically just how volatile they are. D-Loaf with a super chat, I guess that got missed earlier. Thank you so much to D-Loaf for the super chat. Basically asking about a sound hound swing. So is there anything to see on the $7.80 level? Is I guess what the question is there. You're probably better for this than me.
Yeah, I got you.
Sound hound and because of the swing. Also, guys, I'm looking through the 13F for Berkshire. I'm going to put the biggest, most interesting things in the chat.
That's what it's all about. Thank you so much. First, Soundhound. The news today of the 13F and the divest, just Nvidia getting out, right? You've given it a day to settle down. I think usually I want to give it a couple. This is the weekly on Sound. So here's what I'd be looking at on the weekly. And you said 780. That's dead. You must be looking at the MA on the weekly chart as well. But again, you let it settle down a little bit here. The 50 is going to give you that. So the 200 on the 50 on the daily, and then the 50 on the weekly are going to line up at that same prior high. That's the only place I would buy without finding it settling a place by itself. What I also usually like for something like this, though, is to just quickly, and we're gonna get Andrew on in a quick little second, is I usually just draw something like this. I draw a ray. I might have picked the wrong one there, but I draw a little ray like that. And then let it trend back down, and if it breaks the trend back up, because it's an explosive name, 31% short float, if I take any kind of a swing, I want this thing giving me 30, 40, 50%. So if it breaks the trend, I think it can do something like that. So I usually look for a trend reversion, but as far as the levels go, I can't really argue with it whatsoever. Just remember how much of this rally had to do with Nvidia in the first place. So I'd be looking for more of a measured bounce as opposed to this is going to go back into the highs. Hope that answers your question, and appreciate you so much. It is time. You know what up, everybody. Time for... Say what in the who? No. Apparently I have to center myself, Andrew. What's going on? The Raider trader is in the house. It's been a minute, Andrew.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. You know, we've been a little busy, so yeah.
Well, this market has been unbelievable. And we were just talking about FXI, all of the moves that Nvidia made in their 13F. Basically, that could have been your entire trade list as a day trader today. You didn't really need anything else if you were a trader. We've had some Meta. What Meta's doing is pretty unbelievable, which is something I actually wanted to ask your opinion about. I don't know if you've been following this Meta streak here. It's been quite interesting because none of the days have been too outside of the pocket. And then you have some broader market themes with tariffs coming through, and certainly the Trump trade every single day. It seems like we have a headline.
Yeah, there's a few different themes. One that we're going to talk about kind of in a big fashion. I always come on here, I bring the duffel bag of ideas, and so we're going to drop a few on the table. But yeah, as far as the overall markets, we're in a very interesting spot. We're approaching one of the classic options expiration dates, that being February 21st. Yep. And that is going to shake things up in the overall markets dynamically, mechanically, how they work moving forward. And we can talk a little bit about those ideas throughout this time together. But yeah, definitely Trump still in the news. Nvidia, mega caps, these are all names that I've got some opinions on. So whichever way you want to dissect this, we can, Mr. Neil.
You're bringing duffel bags around here? You know what you're supposed to keep in the duffel bag? Old school.
A whole lot of hundreds.
You gotta keep that. It's that cheese. You gotta have that cheese. You're bringing ideas out. Well, you put the ideas in the duffel bag so that you can get the cheese. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
If we could, and we can go anywhere you want. You mentioned Nvidia. I think that's actually a pretty good place to start with. Whoops, that's not Nvidia. A pretty good place to start with because we were dropping after this aftermarket episode our video on MAs, and Nvidia is closing back above the 50. And I think this close to me. I think the next rally is into the highs. I think it gets there before earnings. I think a lot of people overreacted to DeepSeek, and that was a good opportunity to buy the market and or Nvidia. I like the Qs on that day just because I like buying the Qs, and I feel like you get exposure everywhere. You get some Broadcom, you get a little bit of everything. But your thoughts on Nvidia going into earnings, not for another couple of weeks, but we're getting there.
Yeah, so I have some big ideas, so we'll come full circle back to Nvidia. But relating to tech, relating to the markets, where are we at sitting? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching one of the most important options expiration dates of the year. Now, this is something I talk about a lot. And people go, Raider, why are you always talking about options expirations? Well, because these are pivot levels for the market. Because what you have is hundreds of billions, sometimes even trillions expiring. And that carries a lot of weight, not only into those dates, but also after, because now you have this repositioning that goes on. You have this money flowing in and out of the market. And that, to us traders, is very important because it can fundamentally change what happens and how the market behaves. It's like, the market has its own episodes. It's very bipolar, and you can notice these changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to share my screen real quick, just briefly, we'll talk quickly about OPEX. Now, after you watch Mr. Neil, Sean, and Brendan's video over SMAs, you should go and watch Mr. Raider Trader's video over OPEX cycles if you want more information on this. But what I would say is that this is a very important concept for all of you to understand. And the reason being is as we come into expirations, you guys have to understand one big thing about the markets. The world is long. Everyone is buying stocks. Majority of money is long the markets. I mean, That's kind of logical. And so with that, majority of funds, majority of people are buying puts with that. And now that's where retail's understanding of kind of the options market kind of fades is, okay, so what? They're buying puts. Well, we forget that there's two sides to every trade. When people buy puts, these big fund managers, they're buying billions of dollars worth of puts, trillions of dollars worth of puts. That means that, well, the market maker who's selling trillions of dollars worth of puts, they can take an infinite loss because you, who's buying the put, can take an infinite gain. So how do they balance their own books? They're in this business. They don't want to blow up. What do they have to do? They have to manipulate equity to do so. And so heading into an expiration, you have what's called the passage of time. It decays contract value. And as you come into expirations such as February 21st, a lot of options lose value. And that typically over the course of time always leads to the markets being bought back up because when puts lose value, market makers sell shares to hedge that, and then they're buying back shares closer into those expirations. So that's why stocks typically go up. Now, specifically, how does this relate to OPEX cycles? From my research, if you look at regular options expirations, so not quad witching, and by that I mean March, June, September, and December, outside of that, 3 days before any options expiration, you can expect a pivot level called max pain. 14 days before, you expect what's called the shakeout phase. Now, I'm not going to read this whole screen. You guys can screenshot it. You got your little phones. You got your tablets. You got all your 5 screens. You can screenshot it here and read this. But essentially, you can expect a pivot here next Tuesday in the markets. So next Tuesday, write it on your calendar. Say Raider Trader Pivot. That is where you can expect what the market is suggesting to be a lot more selling pressure moving forward. Of course, seasonals into early March are typically never pretty. And so I would say that to Nvidia, to tech stocks, and even the fact that financials did not make a new high, it's very concerning. And one, that I would lighten your long positions up, get ready for some short-sided trades, but don't be that guy who bets on a market crash every week.
I think that's very important. And one of the reasons I know a lot of people in the chat are like, we love the knowledge. One of the reasons we love to have you on here is, of course, with a day trading mentality like we have on the show, it's always going to be a little bit different. That being said, when we're talking about something like this on a Tuesday, the way I always interpret that is, hey, I keep it in the back of my mind, and if I see reversal opportunities on anything obvious, and the example I'll give is Intel today, just because it was kind of an over-the-top reversal of a big, strong upward trend. If I see something that says like that on a Tuesday, I'll remember what you said and be willing to put that reversion trade on, because if I can get a false breakout that traps somebody on Tuesday, that's all the better. A lot of times those trades come with a low risk to reward, or pretty high risk to reward, I should say, like a small loss that's in there. Now, Andrew, we always have you on, and you just said a duffel bag of ideas. Now, everybody should go back and make sure that they digest all that information, because I know it was a little bit technical and you want to see those slides. So What else is in that duffel bag? Because I have a funny feeling that big cap tech isn't the only thing you wanted to talk about here.
No. So moving forward, there are some crafty ideas that you guys can get involved in. Moving forward, if we do have this kind of break into all-time highs, what you guys have to understand is there's this thing called gamma. From 6.7 to 6.10 and above, there are these massive gamma levels. If the market decides it wants to go really crazy, it will go into those levels. And it is very possible to see that next Tuesday, we see a pivot to the upside. Now you go, Raider, up or down, choose, right? I'm not going to be that guy who sits here and says I'm cautiously bullish or half bearish. That doesn't make sense. So what I would say, though, is coming into that February 21st expiration, you guys have to realize with all those puts expiring, it's much more free for the market to drop. Look at the put to call ratio today. You went below 0.5, which is very concerning. This is telling you that not many people are shorting right now. And if we do have that all-time break and you do start to see things get crazy and people refuse to short, that's when they could choose to quote-unquote rug pull the market and send it into higher volatility once again. But the trades that I'm looking forward, moving forward, is number one, healthcare long. I think next week, around Monday to Wednesday, is going to be a good opportunity for UNH. So the insurance, these names are beaten down. And even today, they're flushing. Specifically, kind of driving that idea. If you want to kind of share my screen right, give me 1 second. I'm going to paste this. Okay, cool. So if you want to share my screen right now, I think you guys can see this. Maybe not. Okay. 1 sec. I got it. I know Ramin or Fabian, whoever is doing it, they're probably shaking their head right now and they're going, Raider, why did you not prepare? So we'll do this. Okay, cool. If you want to share my screen right now, This right here, this order, this is called a hedge order, okay? Now, we always talk about the impact of option flow on the market. And this right here, of course, this is going to help drive the price action next week, because what you had here was this big order that went in the money, that closed right at the money, it closed in. So what you have is a market maker who's short a lot of shares. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, you want to be watching UNH for a bounce. Is it coincidence that Pfizer also popped after hours? No, I don't think so. But of course, that will help drive some sentiment into the sector. So healthcare, those type of names, I think will do very well into next week. But again, this is not a time for anyone to be positioning heavy into swings, short, long, whatever you want to say, because we are entering a very, very pivotal point. Again, next Tuesday into OPEX is going to be a crazy time. So what I kind of warned you guys, healthcare, number one, and then also banks short. Okay, now this isn't Raider being bearish. Raider, you're bear, you know, everyone's saying short the market. I'm not being that guy, but today and throughout this week, you can see a lot of interesting price action on banks such as MS. These guys have failed to make new highs while the market is pushing into all-time highs. If this is not just a textbook example of what weakness looks like in a market, what more concerning factors looks like in a market, I don't know what else to tell you. And that goes for any market bottom or top. If you go back and look at August 5th, banks made a new bottom, right? Before the overall market did. So these kind of things do matter, and you need to be watching for them. So banks, MS, Goldman Sachs, these type of names.
And I think it's worth keeping in mind, this is the type of year, 2 back-to-back 20% years. This is the type of year that you don't expect things to be clean to the upside. I think anybody that has that in their head, it's like, no, that's not normal. If it happens, we're all happy because we're all usually net long. But you've got to be positioned for this. I want to throw one thing else out there, what I like about that UNH. You also get, based on that play, I don't know if this is even part of the reason why you liked it, but you get the earnings low, which is a higher low on the chart as a support level. Like they reported, held a higher low at $500, and you're getting it out in front of that. I don't know if that was a factor, but from like a technical standpoint, I actually like that a heck of a lot. Candidly, I will just get it out there and say that I have some UNH in my personal account. But that's neither here nor there. I would say that. No, I would say that regardless. But it's not.
I planned this. I'm not even gonna say I planned this, Neil. But I literally kid you not, I'm wearing a United Healthcare T-shirt right now.
Are you serious?
I just realized this is my workout T-shirt. I literally just realized that as you were talking about that. So not sponsored. Hey, listen, Neil and I are not paid activists for this stock. All right, we're not paid. I'm not wearing this T-shirt because I'm talking about it today. But that's just funny. Anyway, so yeah, UNH again, just let it slow down. If you want to just share my chart real quick, a classic setup that I like to trade is what's called a liquidation. And this is where you find a max pain point on a chart, and then you see that reversal. This is called mean reversion, whatever you want to call it, that against a trend, you expect a max pain point. Now, is this really against trend? I don't think so. You've held this bottom really since the start of the year, February 20th, and you've done it very well. And you've been holding this level. I think if you get a max pain point, flush out the longs, and then you start to see strength, I would definitely hop on that. But again, UNH, these healthcare setups, the kind of, you know, we always talk about context to a market and developing trades, that great traders have context behind their trades. And one of the contexts you could really look at healthcare, especially the solar stocks I've been talking about a little bit. I've been really kind of beating my head against the wall saying, when are these solar stocks going to go up? Because there is a time coming, but is it next year? Is it this year? What kind of news has to take place? But for something like healthcare, what you had was at the start of the election, when Trump was initially elected, markets sold the healthcare as hard. Because what you had was, you know, hey, the Republican Party is typically harsh on healthcare. But so far, you know, we really haven't seen policy to suggest that Trump's going to go delete all these healthcare giants, or that he's going to delete, you know, all these different solar companies. It seems he's been pretty fair, or at least kind of talking about that. And then that kind of gives you an argument of mispricing that's coming up. And that's something that you want to be aware of. So context to UNH, context to healthcare is that the Republican Party isn't going to be as harsh on them as the markets were initially predicting.
Yeah, great insight, of course. What I love about that, an important takeaway, so I'll say it again and repeat your words, traders have context to the plays that they make. I think that's very, very important. Like a trade idea is a full thought process. You know, like you should be able, I always say, like, you should be able to write like a paragraph about a trade idea in a general sense.
Yeah.
And if you can't, it's more of a gamble than it is a trade. Andrew, I want to thank you again for coming on, always dropping so much knowledge. And, of course, wish you a very happy long weekend. I know in the States we have a holiday here, but like yours is the real one. We just sort of made one up so that we could have a Canadian holiday at the same time. We have like Family Day here when you guys have President's Day. But thank you so much for coming on here, Andrew.
Absolutely. And anyone in chat, there is a rumor on the street that Neil does not have a Valentine. So put in your applications now. There's probably a long list going, and he's got to review them. So start putting in your applications, everyone.
That's nice of you to. That's nice of you to say. I am happily married, but no, I appreciate.
Hey, I put in an application, but hey, we can. Don't look at that. Never mind.
We just love each other's ideas at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about here. Andrew, look, we're gonna have you. I know we're gonna have you back on, but I can't wait.
I'll be back.
Again.
And listen, there's crazier times coming, and when crazy things happen, I got some ideas. So I'll be your guy.
Always. That's Raider Trader, our good friend for sure. Check him out, Raider Trader on Instagram as well as always.
Bye.
Have a fantastic weekend, brother. And he just disappears out of there, falls out of his chair. Always a little bit of drama.
Right? Yeah, and I mean, banks are like the sign of things dropping, right? Like, shout out to Raider Trader. Also, so fun fact, you guys in Ontario, Family Day. We don't have Family Day. We have our own holiday in Manitoba.
Oh, word?
You didn't know this? It's called Louis Riel Day. It's the same day, and it's named after a man named Louis Riel, who, if you don't know who he is, was convicted of treason. So shout out to Manitoba for making him our provincial hero. No, I'm joking. He's a pretty interesting guy, but that's mostly what he's known for. So yeah, interesting stuff there. And yeah, always so funny. I didn't know what Family Day was at first because it's Louis Riel Day for us.
It's just some stuff that they made up here. And again,
we have like an actual
because you should know, look, when the U.S. has a holiday, it's not a normal day here in Canada. Like if you work in Toronto or you work in finance or in most industries, it's just a really slow day. So it makes some logical sense for us to have holidays that are matching. It's ridiculous that our May holiday is a week away from yours. It's just annoying. It's frustrating when we get U.S. holidays as a trading, whatever. I shouldn't be harping on this too much. You guys probably don't care about it. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt when Canadian and U.S. holidays don't match up. It's really, really annoying. But thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. It's been a fun one. I want to remind everybody that we have, I'm supposed to show this. Brendan told me, do we have that fun graphic? I don't want to show. Like, see, here's what we're supposed to show. Like this SMA, we got our SMA video coming out, but that's like kind of cool. I'm actually smiling in this picture. That's what I wanted to show everybody is our SMA video. If you like the RSI one, we got a new one coming out, simple moving average. We're all on there. We're dropping that knowledge for you for free. It is live right now, as a matter of fact. So when you finish watching this, you're gonna go check that out. Appreciate everybody. This is what it's all about. We're all about dropping some knowledge. Bless you, Ramin. Dropping some knowledge. The other thing we're all about here is roll call, everybody.
We are.
Last one before the long weekend. If you want to be in the roll call, remember, you got to be in the chat. Hit that like, hit the subscribe to get in the chat. It's a subs-only chat. So make sure you get in there. Give a big shout out and a thank you to Fabian and Ramin on the ones and twos, Andre with our socials. We've got the Bash brothers, Joe and Sharif with their push-up challenge that'll never apparently happen. Shout out to Obi for filling in for me yesterday. Shout out to my man Sean, of course, Brandon, and Adara on the desk, always keeping us informed, letting us know that maybe that Berkshire news, it'll fugaze, that it will starboard.
Yeah. Well, actually, now it might not even be starboard.
It might be nobody.
I was seeing, too, apparently starboard already has a position. I couldn't find any hard data, so just to let you guys know, we don't know is the answer, but it's definitely not. Pfizer's definitely not being involved here with Berkshire, I can tell you that for sure.
Well, then I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I don't, hopefully we have more info by Monday. Right now we don't, but let's get started with the roll call. Thank you to Neil. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Brendan. Thank you to Bears vs. Bulls for everything you do. Thank you to Sharif. Thank you to Joe. Thank you to Obi. Thank you to Ramin. Bless you, Ramin. Fabian. Thank you to Andre, and thank you to everybody in the chat. We got Redo Stocks. We got Rubicon, Robert Liu, Bob S., we have Bristol, Kurt Hutchings, Los Pollos Hermanos, John Manzoni, Charmine, Redo Stocks again, Escape Planet, Andy, David, Stevenson, Angela, Bob S., Derek Thompson, Lasmal, we have Jay Alvarez, Fugazi Bear, we've got Random Gamer, we have Loser So What, Rajesh, we have Vizbot, TS Booger, we've got Shazan, we have Farmer Boy Art, we've got Paco, we have Ella Bombardelli, we have 69 Judge Shack, we've got Walt Winchell, we have the Piper, we have Doc Watson, and we've got Swizzler Sniper. Thank you so much to everyone for being here with us today, and we'll see you back again.
Thank you so much. And remember, everybody, have a happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy it. Save yourself some coin by going out on Saturday instead of Friday. It's just, we got to... Thank you. Okay, there it is. Dear Neil, I'll read it because he sent a super chat there. Please be my Valentine. Thank you for considering my application. Hey, it's all love around here. We have the best trading community and family out there. And the reason for that is we are a trading family. And Raider, you are absolutely part of it here. So shout out to you. Next time you come, drinks are on us, although I suppose they were last time as well. That's all good. But thank you so much, Andrew. Always great to have you on there, and a kind soul. We really, really appreciate you. We appreciate all of our viewers. Make sure you have a fantastic long weekend. Check out that simple moving average video. And remember, Monday is a market holiday. So if you try to tune in on Monday, when you don't see a live stream, just check out that moving average video and then go enjoy the rest of your day. So we will be back on Tuesday, 8:30. We're Trader TV Live. See you on Tuesday.